That. The rings. The name would be mean.
I only found out recently that apparently sharks are older than Saturn's rings. As a creature.
Really? I didn't know Saturn's rings were that recent.
They're in the last couple dozen of million of years, and sharks are several hundred millions of years old.
Wow.
Alligators too, probably.
I can't even take you seriously, Saturn.
Why?
Because your rings are younger than sharks.
Well, look, I'm just constantly reinventing myself, that's all.
Did you know that?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. Exactly.
Well, Saturn, the planet, is also non-binary because there's only one star.
That's true.
Don't make me post
cool.
Don't make me post the picture of the kids' betting set with binary code on it.
Don't tell the DM he's not funny. Wait till after the session.
Yeah, probably wise decision.
The last thing you want is for the DM to have to try and prove themselves that they are funny, and then make lots of really bad jokes. That you
I know what kinds of things I think are funny. I don't.
It reminds
don't want this to happen.
Reminds me of my uncles in the Air Force. He's like, when your CO makes a joke, you have to laugh.
Laugh or make a will save.
Will save to laugh. If you fail the will save, you laugh. That's just all there is to it.
I'm sad I'm happy there's deity entries for the more unique pantheons.
I have a lot of pins around here, guys.
Pens? Are you missing your pen?
No, it's possible I have a writing utensil problem. Let's see, there's also... I got myself a boxed set of pencils.
Very nice.
I have a drawer of writing utensils. I have the most adorable notebook for character sheet for 5e.
Nice. Yeah, I saw all your messages about the notebook.
And this is just a regular notebook, and it's beautiful, and it has index pages. You can't tell because it's really pale, but it's so cool.
That is cool.
I'm a nerd. I've had my moment. I'll be buying more of these notebooks. They're very ridiculously German.
It sounds like CBS.
I play gotchas, so I can't judge you. Legally.
I'm surprised I had to buy a new notebook because default gift for English majors for years and years is people either buy me tea or notebooks. Yeah. I have a cabinet that's tea, and I've had a massive purge, and it's still an entire upper cabinet.
I had a tea phase. I got the plastic thingy that you put the tea leaves in, and then you pour the water in, and it goes out the bottom. And I had all that stuff. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say tea.
And see, the notebooks were the English major. The T was just it's the Anglophileness. I focused on 19th century British literature, 18th and 19th century British literature when I focused it all, when forced. I have creative writing.
None. Yeah, so I made the similar mistake with my graduate program, which is that I talked myself into going for something practical. But the problem is, with some of these practical fields, is that they don't want you unless you have prior experience in that field. But then also, if you have a master's in that field, it's hard to get hired for entry-level positions because they assume/know correctly that you're just taking that job to move on from it in a couple of years. And so you just don't get hired in that field. I am luckily not in that much debt, and if this fucking loan forgiveness thing ever goes through, I will be in no debt. But
It'd be nice.
yeah. But it's just like, I definitely haven't made any use of that master's degree that I got. Would have been cheaper to not have had it at all.
And now she's come back, and then she's later. She's like, "I'm gonna get another master's degree." I was like, "Do you want to get?"
Yes, it's intoxicating.
I miss academia. Yes, is tough right now because for a long time it was the easy entry, very practical master's degree, and the market's glutted. There's too many of them.
Happens. All right.
These librarians have it too good. Too good, I say.
Hey, Tex.
Hello.
Hi.
I'll say I will say I'm gonna leave my camera off for a little bit just so you don't have to watch me just deep throat a burger in a really
That's
unpleasant
fair.
way.
Completely fair.
I have sticky rice.
So, are we ready to get started?
Yep,
I'm ready.
I'm all ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm lower on spells than I've ever been.
All right. So,
We just killed Wintergale.
yes, when you last left off, you had killed Wintergale. Tex, Turek, rather, had been run through by Wintergale, and it left a strange bluish mark on him, and he definitely did not seem to be his normal self. Amity set a fire, and you all rested for the night. And Turek, you awoke.
Oh, we got a night.
What's that?
We got a night's rest.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop preparing bombs.
Come back, spells, come back.
So, Turek, you awoke, troubled, as you had some strange dreams where you just had this sensation of being icy cold and hungry and not being able to see much, almost snowblind. But you awake and you don't feel terrible. You do feel mostly like your normal self. And you can make another will save.
Do we have permission to heal up to max first? After,
Yeah,
because I assume
you can
just-
heal up. I can assume that
All right.
Kid and Cat laid on hands.
All right.
Yeah.
Over the time.
Attempting.
Yep.
I have
Okay,
a plus
so-
8, but I am doing bad. This is bad tidings.
So you do feel that kind of core of coldness within you start to overwhelm your body a little bit, and you will retain the enfeebled one for the day.
All right.
Yes, we
Yeah,
heard your
we
entire
heard you.
conversation.
Oh no.
Fucking damn it, Streamlabs. Come on, man. Fucking hate Logitech. Sometimes.
Dealing with prepping spells, and I think I'm not changing
Alright,
any.
well, now the stream can hear me. 10 minutes
Sweet.
too late.
Yay.
It's okay, we're just getting started.
They could hear you
Okay.
guys just fine, so.
So
Ooh.
you all are very close to where you believe this cabin to be, and you can see just like the pathway in the forest laid out before you. Do you want to go there now?
Should we try to say anything to Autumn Sunset before we go on? Like, just to protect our way back?
I mean, truthfully, I'm sure if we just want them to know, I get the feeling that they'll find out, but they might know something about what we can do about whatever this icy brand our good friend here has.
Maybe. How does Turek visually look?
Like shit, I imagine.
Okay, so you want to inspect the area where you have that kind of blue scar.
Yeah.
So, when you're normally red skin, there's just this core of deep bluish white, and it has veins spidering out a bit, moving over your body. Not too far out of where the scar is, just kind of over your chest at this point.
Oh dear.
Oh, that don't look very good.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
Well, now you'll have two unveiling.
Towards the passage to Autumn Sunset's area. I'm not going to go back through the door, but I'm going to try to cast message through it to Autumn Sunset.
What's the range on that? Oh, yeah, I mean,
120
vehicles is
feet.
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So, 25 words. Your brother has fallen. One of ours is very ill. Can you help?
I could sense his passing. It's unfortunate, but it had to happen, I suppose. If you would like to bring your friend to me, I can look, but I cannot promise anything.
To the group. Do we want to go back or push ahead and hope that Turek's all right?
I would rather be assured that we've done everything than to assume nothing could be done. I don't know what this
Turk
fucking
just
accent is,
gives-
but it's not Russian.
If
Turek
anyone's
just
going
gives kind of a nod.
Be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea what that is, and I'm probably the only one here who has any kind of idea how to actually treat any kind of wounds. So maybe asking the fairies for help ain't such a bad idea.
Maybe they know something about dreams. Right? had a
Dream?
strange dream last night. It was like it's strange because I've usually felt like being stuck out in the cold of winter. Couldn't see anything, just felt cold and oppressive.
Well, best we can do now is check with the Fae who may know.
I just had this thought that what if Winter Gale made him his successor? The Fairy of Winter.
I want to cast
that's
Read Aura
really spooky.
on this scar.
It's not going to lift the spirits at all for you to say that.
You're going to cast Read
That was out of
Aura on
character, by
what?
the way.
Oh, okay.
Read Aura on the scar on Turret.
Because there's no way Iska would have thought of that. Like, Iska...
Uh-oh.
Like, I'm getting a
Alright,
lot of this
one
idea
moment.
from... Like,
Turk slowly transforms into a Rhymesoul Undine instead of an Ifrit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's antithetical to what you are. You're a fire-based creature, aren't you? Wait, no, hang on.
Eric just slowly starts looking like the Ice King from Adventure Time.
No. I slowly turn into fucking Snow Miser.
Jesus.
Oh god. Oh no, he's even claymation. This is bad.
Oh no.
Okay.
As the rest of us are just, like, in Saturn's, like, little animation style, and then one of us is a claymation Snow Miser.
So, Amity,
Turk changes art style.
you go up to Turok and you attempt to read the aura just over him, and I'm guessing you're focusing on the scar.
Yeah, I'm focusing on the discolored area.
Okay. So, it's definitely magical.
Oh boy, it's
But
a magical frostbite.
It doesn't seem like it's necessarily a spell.
Is-
The school that it resembles most would be conjuration.
Okay, so it is using affliction rules, probably. That's out of character, not.
Well, yeah, I sure hope so.
Cat's just looking at the fire. What the fuck is an affliction roll? Is that a thing you got out there?
I just love the idea of, like, it's not even, like, really metagaming, but just, like, the player's voice coming out of the character's mouth. And it's even funnier when the character has a heavy accent, like Iska or Kit Kat. Just, like, suddenly Iska just starts
Pigeons
talking
everywhere.
like a totally different person.
My Totino's rolls are done.
It's like, what?
You've been
Like, nothing.
possessed.
You were saying? I was briefly possessed, do not ask.
Oh, all right. Well, as long as you're not bothered by it.
Do not be, I stopped being bothered a long time ago. I don't know why Iska's possessed when it was fucking Firebrand who did that.
Don't worry about it.
All right. So
This session's a mess. I'm having a great time, y'all.
okay. So
Saying what
Go
I
ahead.
see, I say we leave it up to Turek whether we go back to Autumn Sunset right away or not. If you feel like you can push ahead.
I'd like to go back, if only to see if we can figure out what this is.
Then let's
Better
go.
to know than to not know.
all right. So you make the short trek back into Autumn Sunset's realm.
Mhm.
And much as you left it, the party continues. You see Autumn Sunset dancing the waltz with many of the other Fae that were in the area. And he looks at you and he says, "Ah, so happy to see you again."
I give a bow.
He gives a very graceful bow in return. And he says, "So, this friend of yours, you wanted me to examine him?"
If you would be so kind, sir, yes. And here's our friend.
Turk kind of awkwardly steps forward.
Okay.
You can see
So-
he's got all these craggies. It's not looking good, at least to me.
Autumn Sunset walks up to you with his kind of trademark, noble, a bit aloof, dandy demeanor. May I? He asked, putting his hand towards your chest.
I nod.
He puts his hand on your chest, and as he does that, his entire demeanor changes to be almost shocked.
Uh-oh.
And he says, "Brother,
Oh, Jesus. I was right.
Well, that ain't good.
it seems, in a matter of sorts, my brother lives on in you.
Fucking called it.
What?
Congratulations, you're expecting.
That's not what I called, but yeah, no, he's pregnant with a fucking Winter King.
How long?
Dirk just
How
like
long?
turns slowly.
Hold up.
Well, at least he won't have to pick names.
So-
He picks his own.
So when you say that, are you saying it's like he's gonna lay eggs, or like he's gonna get like possessed by a ghost? Which one of those is it?
How do I explain this? We Fae, many times when we pass on, we do not go through the normal process of being judged as a mortal would. Instead, we take root in the land we pass on in. We are never the same as we once were, but the land is changed with our essence. And one day, perhaps, a new life would be born similar to what it was before, but not the same. It seems my brother's essence has taken root in you.
But explain nothing. Will he be giving birth? Will he be possessed? Will he... Is this like a will he just like a... I'm trying to figure out a way to explain it that Iska would understand, because all I'm thinking is Athena, Dionysus, mitosis. Like a division, like if you...
Tura-
like the opposite of what the Kit Kats, like a splitting.
I think
Turok
I
is a
see what you mean.
bird.
Yeah. Birds can be split.
A bird lays eggs. That is funny. But while I'm unsure of exactly how this particular situation would play out, I believe it would be more of a internal struggle.
A position.
Normally, if a Fae's essence would fade into the land is so vast it would simply be absorbed. But in one single life form, I do not know. Would the life form's essence remain in charge, or would the Fae's essence take over? If that were to happen, I don't think you would be exactly my brother, but you would be something that embodies him at least.
Can we remove the essence of your brother and implant it back into the lamp?
Perhaps.
Well, if we
So-
don't have if we can't get a
Yeah,
solution
simple
now, we
ways.
may as well move on. Have Turok take it easy, perhaps.
Yes.
Yes, as to whether we're likely to be facing your brother as he once was, or as he was just recently.
As he was just recently, the
The angry
damaged,
version.
angry
Yes.
version, yes. I believe so. I believe what has taken root in your friend Turok would be my brother as he was. That is not to say that essences cannot change, but I suppose if you wanted to aid your friend, you would have to find one who is particularly skilled in entering and manipulating the minds of others. For it's only in that space where you can make any difference.
Turn towards Amity.
I
I mean, it's a very interesting direction of research, certainly. I've read up some. This is beyond me, but may not always be so.
You can roll a Arcana just to see if you have any idea of what something like this would be.
Out of character question, would Turok be aware of these, like... Because we're talking about essences, and would Turok be aware that his essence is partially fire?
Well,
Or is that a bit too heady for him to know?
Do you know that you have
If-
Ifriti in your bloodline?
That's the interesting question, because I'm honestly not sure. I don't think if I ever wrote that down.
I mean, considering your stance, wouldn't be surprised anyway.
I mean, he
Yeah.
literally sets shit on fire every time he punches
It-
people. I think he knows
it-
he's got some kind of fire affinity.
It's a
That winter
backstory
affinity is
question,
probably
so
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you, basically. Okay. So you're not totally sure, but you have heard that there are some mystics in Jalmaray that are particularly skilled in entering meditative trances, and then they're able to enter the minds of others, sometimes even as a group.
Group dream.
In Jalmaray?
Yeah, and you know enough about them to like describe them to someone. Like you could say that they typically wear reddish robes, and they always meditate for a certain amount of time each day.
Mystic stuff.
Well, it sounds like that's going to be priority one once we figure out a way to get back to wherever parts of the world the rest of you are from.
I think that automatically makes it priority 2.
Yes. There's the issue there. We have a gnome. You're from Magnamar. I'm from Alkenstar.
Well,
And
Okay,
God
I'm not sure where
knows-
Jalmaray is.
Jalmaray is an island off the coast of Alkenstar in the ocean.
It's
Okay,
down
so
in like
closer to your home.
yeah, it's down by Forbidden Lands a little bit.
You would probably
Impossible
know of
Lands.
it.
Impossible Lands, excuse me.
Being from Galarian.
Eating
But Kid and Cat, you might not know of it.
No, Kit and Cat definitely don't know of it. Kit and Cat don't know about anything except for Absalom because of a book that they own.
I mean, Emily's educated. She's seen a map. It's just me.
Oh, Iska's definitely seen a map before. Does she remember what the map said? No. Absolutely not.
But
If you show Iska another map, she may know what it is. Depends on the day.
but there is a group of monks in Jalmaray that use guns. Just that's kind of cool. So
That's extremely anime. God damn it.
Pretty.
Oh, do the guns help with the brain disease? Out of curiosity, or is that just an
they help-
unrelated thing?
You are technically
So,
cured if you. The brain is technically cured of disease if there is no disease and if there is no brain to have disease.
I know enough about medicine to dispute that one. Actually, I would rather we didn't shoot him in the head. I don't think that's a
would
great
also
solution to
like-
the problem.
I said it was technically
Would
correct.
also
I did not say
like
it was
to
a
not
good
be
idea.
shot in the head.
Well, it doesn't sound like we have any short-term solution to this problem. So we should probably
get a move.
go
on.
back and see what Wintergale was guarding.
I agree.
Indeed. The Master. If you see him, just be prepared. He has not been himself.
And
Well-
is there anything else you can tell us about how he's been affected?
He seems a little, like he doesn't want to say too much. And he says, he
Can I make a diplomacy
hasn't been
check to try to-
dangerous. What's that? Go ahead.
Would it be
Yeah.
diplomacy to try to convince him to tell us more?
Yeah, sure.
What Cat just whispering in the background? Amity, we're guessing this man's house. You can't be asking him traumatic things about his dad.
Am I going to ask him dramatic things about his dad?
Okay. Says, well, I suppose you're already involved in our family troubles here. Says, taking a look at Turok. So there's no harm. The Master, when he created us, he was wise and benevolent and kind. He would always be there and answer any questions we had, and in a way, he was all of our father. But I don't know when, maybe 1,000 years ago or so, he started to just act strangely. He saw things. He'd talk to people that aren't there. The things he said just made no sense, and he also just started turning white. like completely white. The insanity seemed to coincide with that.
Hang on a second.
So,
Hang on a second. Out of character. Is this fucking gnome blanching? No, wait, because then they just die. Never mind.
They're long-lived, so they might not die right away.
That's true.
Out of character, gnomes can survive the bleaching.
Bleaching, not blanching.
Blanching is, I think, what you do to like spinach.
yeah.
It's just French for white, anyways.
I mean, a giant might blanch a gnome, so.
What might blanch a gnome?
Yeah,
A
you
giant.
eat it.
Ogre.
It,
Yeah.
Makes them much easier to skin.
rude.
I can't attest to this. I've done it on jalapenos.
Iska, I really want to ask how tall the master is, or like what he looks like besides bleached. But I can't decide if Iska would be able to make that association in character.
I would think
You're a
being
gnome.
a gnome, you would be aware of
Yeah.
bleaching.
A gnome is constantly seeking ways to not bleach
That's fair.
when they get up in the...
Question.
Yes.
What exactly? How tall is the master?
Oh, now that you mention it, he's around your height, in fact.
And his features, aside from the missing eye and the coloration, would he look anything like me?
A matter of sorts.
Like
Though-
similar species kind of look.
It's hard for me to tell, and the forest is all I've known here. And he is the only one that looks like you that I've seen in a long time. I suppose maybe.
I see. Thank you.
Of
The
course.
master is a gnome and he's very depressed.
Is this depression common to gnomes?
Only if we get very, very bored.
I see.
It precedes death. A very horrible death. It is the worst death a gnome can suffer.
Well, if we have a heads up that they're a gnome, perhaps you could talk to him.
Unlikely. He has been bleaching for a very long time.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
Well, let's see what he has to say.
But it does explain many
The
things
behavior.
and also it explains nothing.
Well, let's head that direction. Thank you so much for your help, Lord Sunset.
Of course. I do hope you get something that you need from the master. I wish you the best, at least. Farewell.
Thank you.
All right. Positive news. We haven't killed his brother, I guess?
Bad news, his brother will kill our friend.
We don't know
Oh,
that.
His
We're
brother
much figure out.
could kill our friend, but also maybe not.
Hey, Josh.
Mhm.
Out of curiosity, have you ever read the Dresden Files?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. You will detect influences of things I've read in
No.
This is-
some of the adventures. For
It's
sure.
okay. This is
'Cause-
just GM fiat. I haven't read the Dresden Files, so don't worry. Your secret's safe with me.
No, I detected some of like the whole like passing on of mantles thing in there, and I was like, this seems familiar.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't even consciously remember that from the Dresden Files, but it's very
It was-
possible it
My-
subconsciously seeps in.
My touchdown for that was Sheogorath, so it's okay. At least yours is actually a book.
It's probably a trope that's done like 5,000 times.
Maybe, I don't know. The only place I really remember seeing it in the same sort of detail that this echoes is Dresden.
I
Welcome,
also
Moon
think
and
that-
Star.
In at least in D&D, when an outsider dies, it becomes part of the
Part
plane.
of the plane.
I'm pretty sure it's the same in Pathfinder.
Yes, it is. It's why, in fact, most like demigods and gods are invincible in their own domain because they just reform in their own plane.
Makes sense. All right.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's trying to do something.
He sees the camera.
What's your
No,
next move,
he's-
everybody?
There's this fucking like horse brush. It's called the Equi Groomer. Person who invented it realized it works really good on other animals. Stop biting me. And it's the only kind of brush Sebastian will tolerate for more than 2 seconds, but he still gets all riled up on it.
That's
All
right.
Very.
I'm ready to walk back through to whatever
masters.
Wintergale was protecting.
As
Okay.
am I.
So, you walk back through the previously snowy, but now the snow is kind of fading away, domain of Wintergale, through the path that he was guarding. And maybe after a 20-minute walk through the forest, you come across a cabin. And we're going to switch that scene in a moment.
I like cabins.
My monitors
Cabins
are
are cool.
absolutely blocked by my cat. And
Have
if I
you
try to
considered-
open it, he will bite me.
Yeah, pick him
Oh,
up.
never mind. He moved. We're good. Oh,
Alright.
that's some Baba Yaga shit right there, minus the chicken.
No, yeah, it doesn't have the chicken feet. It's not Baba Yaga's hut.
It's Baba Yaga if she was wheelchair bound.
Cabin stands up.
Wait, what the fuck did that mean? It's the Baba Yaga's cabin, but it's loafing.
So,
I see.
the cabin's
Makes
lights
sense.
are on, so it definitely seems like it's lived in. What'd you like to do?
Well,
Why are we
the
doing
firebrand is going to pull his duster over his holster, kind of concealing the pistol.
that? Okay.
Well, let's investigate.
Okay. So I'm guessing you guys approach the cabin.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach the cabin, a figure comes out, and he seems very exuberant, and he's like almost completely white. White hair.
Are
There
you
he is.
shitting me?
Oh shit.
He
Are
has
you-
an absolutely insane smile on his face. And he
Know me,
says,
Busey.
You know
Welcome!
this is Gary Busey!
Welcome! It's been so long since I had visitors.
Shitting me?
Please, please, please come have some tea. And you can see like a tea set just floating in midair, pouring what seems like sand into teacups. Here, he's trying to grab the teacup, but it's clearly an illusion. So nothing's happening. He says, "Oh, it's not working." Well, hey, do you want to play some games? It's been so long since I played anything.
Does he look familiar, or is it just me comparing him to a certain statue we saw earlier?
He looks very much like the relief in the Steely that you guys found
Oh.
of Zanlin Berryhide.
Does he look like a fucking gnome? Besides
Yeah,
Gary Busey?
he looks like a gnome.
So this is the fucking master.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
no,
Know
it's
me, Busey.
Blark? What the fuck does that mean, Tex? Sorry, that was aggressive. I just don't know what Blark is.
Well, hey, don't you want to play something? I'm so
Must
bored
I-
here.
Have you considered
that?
not staying here all the time? The world is more interesting if you go out and interact with it.
Oh,
I'm
but
going to
it's so
default
nice
being
here.
very polite.
Is it? You seem very sad.
What's that, Amity? You said
Amity's going to resort to being very polite, so she's doing the whole bowing and.
Oh, he sees your bow, and he goes, "Oh yes," and he gives a very exaggerated bow, almost touching his head to the ground while he's cackling.
My lord, actually, we have come here to tell you a story,
Oh, I love stories.
and perhaps receive one in return.
Oh yeah, I've got lots of stories. Sure.
So Amity's going to proceed to begin to tell the story of everything that's happened. I'd like to take 10 minutes and swap a spell first, but I don't think I can, so I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
I want a
All
ghost sound for sound effects, but I didn't prep it.
I'm sorry.
He's just nodding his head in rapt attention. He's like, "Wow, that's amazing." Are you like close to him now?
Social distance, yeah.
Okay, sure. So as you're telling his story, your story for a while, all of a sudden, his eyes fixate on your amulet, and his entire demeanor changes.
Oh,
He seems to go from crazy to almost like a very longing, wistful look, and he stares at your amulet. And he says in a much more serious tone,
Oh no.
"Would you mind if I just held that for one moment?"
Firebrand
Take this
takes
the wrong
a,
way, but I don't know how much I can trust you. And this was the last thing given to me by someone I care for very much.
I understand. I promise as much as I possibly can that I won't do anything wrong with it. I just need to touch it one last time.
I'm going to sense motive.
Roll.
It's going to be a perception check against his deception DC if he's currently lying.
Okay.
Can I also attempt to sense motive?
Yeah, you both can do it.
Most social roles are private, so
Yeah, do it private.
And he doesn't bother because she always assumes everyone's lying anyway.
To both of you,
What did you? It's my game.
to both of you, he does not seem like he's lying at all. He seems like he's being sincere.
I'm going to whisper to Amity. He seems truthful as far as I can tell.
I just
what's there
never
to
let
lie
him.
about? He just said he wants to touch the amulet.
I unhook it, and I don't let go of it, but I hold it out in my palm towards him. He's short. I'm not letting him reach up and hold it around my neck. That sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah,
he reaches
let's just
up
get you strangled.
with a shaking hand, and he grabs the amulet in his hand. He doesn't yank it. And as he touches it, you see this, like, a look of relief almost in his face. And he says, "Lost, but you traveled the winds of fate and magic to find me once again." He then lets the amulet go with what seems like some effort. And he says, "Thank you. It seems that you have restored the sanity that I lost. I don't know how long ago." And then he looks at his skin and he says, "And it appears with some cost. But now that you're here, I'm obligated to help you in any way I can."
Well, that's the best news we've heard all day.
Do you want to know about that amulet?
Anything you can tell me.
You may already know this, but my name is Zanlin Berryhide. I was part of an organization known as the Keepers, which was ancient even in my time. It was an organization that kept things as secret as possible. Each of us would just keep one single item, and we would not know of any of the others in case we were tortured. We don't even know exactly what these items do. All we know is that we have to keep them safe and keep them secret, and we must never lose them. I was the keeper of that amulet long, long ago. But when we performed the ritual to rip the veil from Galarian, I was forced to pass it on to another keeper. And now it seems it's found its way back to me.
You removed the veil from Galarian on purpose.
Yes. Long ago, I traveled here from the first world to serve in the court of Toma Elon. I merely wish to have new experiences. My people, we don't exist on Galarian. We only live in the first world. When I arrived there, I found that the line of Elan was a noble line. Toma Elan was the king I served. I served him for many years, but one night I had a dream. I foresaw a great calamity that would befall the land, worse than anything that it had ever experienced. I told His Majesty about this, and he believed me. He petitioned the Rune Lords to do something about the calamity, to do something to stop it, or to save our people. But they wouldn't listen. And it was then that I came up with the plan. I would work with Lord Elon, and we would conduct a great magical ritual that would take his entire kingdom and place it into another plane, somewhere safe where it would not be affected by this calamity. Then perhaps at some point in the future, we would bring it back. The ritual was a success. We were able to remove the veil from Galarian. But after that, things did not work out as we foresaw. Maybe a few years after we traveled here, several of the powerful noble families did not approve of this decision. They demanded the luxuries that they once enjoyed when they were in Thassalon, but Toma could not deliver. They rebelled. The Valdry family, a powerful family of wizards, seized the royal castle and twisted the magic that we had routed from the ley lines to rip the veil from Galarian into something that would magically protect them and render them almost unassailable. They enjoyed this taste of absolute power, and they chose to not return the veil to Galarian and instead kept it isolated. They further twisted it to start abducting people from Galarian to feed their need for luxury. If they wanted wine, they'd rip out a vintner. If they wanted masonry, they'd find a stonemason. I suppose over time they lost control of this, but that was the initial purpose. He seems to be thinking for a moment. I suppose if you're here, you're trying to get back. Is that right?
I think the time has come, don't you?
Yes. In fact, when the Valdrys took over the Vale, I fled to this forest. I sealed it with magic so they couldn't find me. And Lord Elon, he fled to his family crypt, similarly sealing it with an enchantment to hide himself from the Valdrys, hoping that one day he could reach out to someone in the Vale to break the curse. For he is the only one that has the item which can break the connection from the ley lines into his castle and foil the enchantment they've set up to protect themselves.
The firebrand's going to roll up. The tattoo's on their sleeve, right? On the shoulder?
On your shoulder. Yep.
He's going to roll up the shoulder. Does this look like a glyph of his, perhaps?
The royal symbol of the House of Elon. You have been marked. Perhaps you even saw him.
He looks like a dried corpse in a trial, yes.
Shortly after he arrived, we were marked with these, with a message. Bengay?
Bengay.
Bengay.
None of us understood it.
Come. Simple. He's beckoning you. He wishes you to find him and take the key. If you wish to escape, that's the only way. You have to go to the tomb of Elan.
I think perhaps we found the tomb. A ways to the east of here. I sensed the magic on the door, and that there was a key, but I'm not sure where it was or what we need to do to open it.
He looks for a moment and he says, I know of what you speak. That is actually the site of one of the ley lines. It's an ancient Dwarven city. Well, in my time, it was a contemporary Dwarven city, but that was a long time ago.
Okay.
Dwarves were underground until post-Earthfall, so they must have been either contacted or unwillingly brought here.
I mean, if this is what we're going with, is that this is some place from your Galarian that is isolated, it's possible they just got ripped up at the same time if they were inside, like, you know, and then she, like, makes a bubble shape with her hands.
That's what I'm thinking.
Zanlin cuts in and says, any peoples in the kingdom, whether they lived above or below, would have been affected.
I see.
I'm sure the maps have changed a bit since you first brought the veil here.
I'm sure.
Where exactly in Galarian were you? You said you were in Thassalon, but that's still a wide area.
The great empire of Thassalon. And he goes on to describe the area geographically. Roll society. I guess that's the closest to a geography skill if you want to try to match that up.
Society. I think it's like society.
Society or any lore that would be geography, I guess.
Yeah.
I think there is like legitimately like a lore geography skill.
Yeah, there's a lore, and basically the way I would handle it is if you had that, it would be a lower DC.
I think also for what it's worth, like, her being from Magnamar, she's going to know more about Thassalon than anyone else in this party.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, so you recognize the description, and he is describing what's now known as an area in Varisia that is maybe 20 to 30 miles north of Magnamar. And the forest you're in would be called the Churlwood in Varisia.
Hey, one of my characters was from the Thessalonian ruins around there.
There you go.
Maybe your character, we'll find some footprint of them somewhere here.
Oh. That puts just another star on the idea of going home. So many questions. I hardly know where to start. Where do we need to go to find the crypt?
Here, I'll mark it on your map. It's basically to the west. Not far. Just
Further
through the
west.
woods, inlaid into a mountain to the west.
Well, that makes it easy.
And pardon me, if any of you have questions that relate to our current quest, please interrupt me, but I would love if you have a moment, Master Berryhide, to hear more of your experiences when you did carry the amulet. And what you know of it.
Of course. As I said, I was in an organization called the Keepers. What I can tell you is that it's absolutely imperative that you find the Keepers in this time, or whoever has succeeded them, and return that amulet to its rightful place. If you do not, the consequences could be horrible. I wish I could tell you more, only that our organization had chapters all over Galarian, but we were kept extremely secret. Because if one of us were caught, and they led to the others, then that could spell the end of everything. That's all I know.
Signs or signals that you could use to recognize each other?
It's ancient, so I don't know if it would still be in use. But he raises his hand up and makes like a very unique signal with his fingers, and he says, when we met another keeper, we would sometimes casually make this if we ever had official business, to let them know that we weren't lying.
Secret handshake.
Okay. I'm going to learn the secret handshake.
Okay.
But then I've answered all. I've got all my questions. Whoever else has stuff.
Should be easy. I'll try to keep a better eye on the map going forward. I'm not usually the best at tracking, but it seems like tracking and faithings are kind of a hole in this party. He's basically saying he's going to pick up a feat to give him nature going forward.
That might help. And what will you do? Now that you remember.
Well, it's been so long since I've had any company over here. The first thing I'd like is just to invite you to stay over the night. Recuperate, get your wits back about you. Then after that, I'm not sure.
Will you stay here? Will you leave?
Will I stay?
So hard to think about leaving now.
If you...
Do you remember creating certain phase spirits in this wood?
Yes. They kept me sane for many years. I was all alone until I started that. I'm a wizard by trade, you see. And being from the first world, I learned how to manipulate the plant life around to create new life.
Well, they're still here, and they miss you.
Really?
He seems a little sad, and he says, I'm sure they do. Perhaps a visit with them will be long overdue, but for now, I need rest. If you would not mind coming inside for a little while.
There is also the fact that one of your fair children spirits may have possessed or something our friend here.
He looks at Turuk. Winter, I can sense it within you. It's passed on in some ways, but not others. All I can tell you is you'll have to make a decision on what to do with him. I wish I could help you more, but my power has long faded.
To try to get him to help teach her spells, because she has a problem.
You can ask.
I do. I too am a wizard.
Harry.
And I couldn't help but wonder if you happen to know any spells you could teach me. Anything I can learn will help me defend my friends and get us safely out of here.
I have a spell book. It's in my cottage over there. You can have it, but I'll warn you, it'll be a little hard for you to understand.
That.
It's written in the first world. One of the ways we speak, it's not so much with words, but with rhythms and emotions. And my spellbook is written in that tongue. You can't directly comprehend it with magic, but with enough time and study, Perhaps you could cipher out some of its secrets.
Challenge.
Indeed. I see you like a challenge, just like I did.
Okay, Amity's gonna be in a very nerdy little heaven in a corner with a spellbook for a while.
So, out of character, I don't know if a gnome's bleaching can be reversed.
No, they cannot. If you bleach, you're just depressed the rest of your life.
That's really sad. And I
But
don't.
bleachers can maintain sanity and live perfectly fulfilling lives.
There's dozens of us. Dozens.
Right. So, well, will you take me up on my offer and make an old man please one last time and stay over my cabin for the night to keep me company?
It would be our pleasure.
He invites you in. And the cabin is definitely, like, not kept well. But he still has what seem to be some food supplies in there that haven't rotted. Perhaps he's not completely lost his mind. And he locates these, and he serves them all to you. And sits down, and he just makes light conversation. Just talks about how he was back when in his prime, and as you eat dinner. Do you want to ask him anything specific?
What theses did you write?
I wrote many back in my day, mainly on planar travel. Most of my people never left the first world, but I was one of the first. So it always fascinated me, and I wanted to learn more about the people in the multiverse. I see you have an eye for magical study. Would it ever interest you? He's talking to the firebrands that you asked.
No, I just hear Amity going on about it, how she knows what is it? Spell substitution?
Ah, yes. I had a few of my colleagues went that direction, though the schools of wizardry were far different back in that era.
But I actually grew up from somewhere where magic is dead. The necromancer Geb and the wizard Nex were at war for many thousand years, resulted in something known as the mana wastes. I believe they may have been alive at your time, but they're long immortalized.
Sounds hard. Were they alive pre-Earthfall?
Yes, they were, I believe.
Wow. He says, sounds horrible. I vaguely heard of them. It's kind of madness that they're still around today. At least one of them.
Oh, never mind. They're older than that. They were born. Geb, the person, was born negative 1,119. So before Abadar even became a god. Not Abadar. Before what's his face?
Aridin?
I think that Aridin.
Before Aridin became a god. So yeah.
Aridin became a god after Earthfall, though.
Yeah. After
that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, this was 1,000 years before Aridin became a god, and it's been 5,000 years since Geb was born.
Gotcha.
Because it's like 47, 23 in universe.
Gotcha. So the evening kind of goes on, and if you don't have any more questions for him, you just turn in for the night.
Do you mind if we take like a 5-10 minute break here? I promise I'm gonna tuck in.
Yep, no problem. I'm gonna take a little break too.
Promise to tuck in.
Hey. Yep.
Characters are going to bed, and so is your daughter. I'll be right back.
This small person.
The lit one.
I'll be right back myself.
Hey, I'm back.
Hello, hello.
That was fast, Jennifer. You got away easy.
She's really feeling a little out of it, so it wasn't the biggest challenge today.
Poor thing.
You know how it is when they admit they're not feeling great. They really aren't feeling great.
Yeah. It's always anxiety inducing when your kid's sick.
Back.
It's a minor cold. The anxiety I'm having right now is how long it takes before I'm sick.
All right. I thought I got away with it last time, and then like a few days after she got better, I got sick.
Makes me think of that one post. It's just like, what's scarier, plutonium bomb versus a baby cough? And the answer is a baby cough, because plutonium bomb is theoretical, at least to my lived experience. Baby cough will get you sick.
There's nothing you can do about it. You're theoretically responsible for the baby cough.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the baby cough somehow gets you sicker than the baby.
Poor baby cough.
That's because the baby has a new and exciting form of germ.
Baby is a new and exciting form of germ sometimes.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
That's correct.
Kids also have a way of... Go ahead.
Does Anling give Amity the spellbook?
Yeah, we can say yes. During your night, he gave you the spellbook.
I'm a new and exciting germ, Jesus!
And you all right?
I don't think so. I don't think they're all right, Chief.
Oh,
It's fine, I'm just dying.
Amity would ask Zanlin at some point and tell him she's been using the amulet as her bonded item, which if he's a wizard, he'd know what that was, and ask him if that's wise or unwise, and maybe she should find something else.
He says, I can't say I ever tried it, but I don't know if I necessarily advise it. There might be unforeseen consequences.
Right. Well, guess I'm keeping my eye out for a big stick.
So out of character, why am I out of focus? Jesus Christ. Okay, anyways, no, so out of character,
Yeah.
There you are.
I don't know if I just missed this or what, or like I just zoned out because of just generally how today is for me. Why did they fucking yoink the Shrouded Veil? Like, I just somehow, like, I zoned out and didn't realize it and zoned back in.
To avoid the calamity.
Yeah.
Calamity?
Zanlin basically
Earthfall.
had like a prophetic dream. Yes, it is Earthfall.
Oh.
Well, presumably Earthfall, but that's what would make sense with like the chronology, right?
Alright, what was
Earthfall left the
Earthfall?
planet. He left the plane.
Yes, he whisked Toma Elan's kingdom into basically like a demi-plane.
Into what?
A demi-plane. It's like a temporary
Okay. What
plane
was
of
Earthfall?
existence. What was Earthfall?
Mm-hmm.
Earthfall was the event caused by the Aboleths or Agathalu, depending on which version,
Mm-hmm.
where they were upset that the oh god, they basically brought down a meteor that killed the Aslanti gods Amaznan and Avacna to try and destroy the Earth civilizations on Galarian.
Oh, cool.
Like every fantasy role-playing game is post-apocalyptic, and that was the apocalypse.
Here's the quick and short. Basically, it was also what triggered the dwarfs' quest for the sky. All sorts of things, but basically destroyed the Aslanti Empire.
Negative 529 AR. Damn, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was just like what 10,000 years.
10,000 years ago, and
yeah. So everybody's here. So we can get back into it.
Why is Steve Buscemi there? Is what my boyfriend just said.
I mean, your boyfriend has a point.
Yeah, it's close. It's actually Willem Dafoe.
It is.
Did you
Earthfall
just
is
take a
also
picture of
when
Willem
the-
Dafoe and like grayscale him?
No, I told the AI.
The AI.
Oh, are all of your fucking icons AI generated? Or is this?
Yeah.
The vast majority of them are.
This explains actually so fucking much. Specifically, the Undertaker's whatever the fuck it is, eyebrows.
The
Yep.
tryptophobia
It's
eyebrows.
Tryptophobic eyebrows. That's it.
It's not perfect. It does a decent job, but it's not.
And also the
perfect.
fact that he looks like he drinks blood for a living.
Oh, that's that part's normal.
That part's
that was
normal? No,
intentional. Yeah. The eyebrows, not so much.
The fucking spider hole eyebrows are not normal.
Yeah, they're a little creepy.
So did you just what did you type into the AI generator? Willem Dafoe bleached? Willem Dafoe sad?
Willem Dafoe with white skin, and then like sad expression or something like that. Because
depressed.
At least when I was doing it then, that was how you got a consistent character. You had to give it a real person, because otherwise it would just make a new character up every time.
And you see, he had just gotten back from watching Spider-Man No Way Home.
Right, Green Goblin. Tobey Maguire one.
So Willem Dafoe, if he was a depressed gnome.
Basically, that's what you're looking at.
Oh yeah.
And also, the funny thing is that Willem Dafoe as the person weirdly looks like Solomon Grundy.
Oh shit, he does.
He looks so much like Solomon Grundy. It's uncanny.
That's weird. The BF Willem depressed. No, but your boyfriend's right.
Anyway.
With one fucked up looking eye.
So, last chance to ask this guy any questions before you turn in for the night.
Okay. I feel like there's a question we haven't asked that you really want us to ask. And it's giving me
Not
anxiety.
necessarily.
It is giving me anxiety.
There's probably no question, and I'm just saying that to make sure I don't feel like it.
There's probably no question. You're making me feel like a teacher who's like, I'm expecting an answer, but I'm not telling you what
try
it is.
asking him about the Turok thing. He might have more information on how to.
You did.
We did.
I did. I asked him if you were pregnant. He gave me no good answer.
He said you would have to make a decision.
That's ominous as hell.
Yep. All right. So, you turn in for the night, unless anybody disagrees.
Nope.
Okay. So, as you're sleeping, Amity, you wake up and you see Zanlin standing over you.
Oh no.
And he says, "Listen, my time here is short. Now that I've regained my mind, I can feel the first calling me back. But I have to make sure that you're going to take care of that amulet. It was one of the greatest purposes I have. And to that purpose, I wish to give you one more thing." He raises his hands up, and he stops as if asking your permission to touch you on the shoulders.
Amity is very, very cautious, but nods her head.
Okay. He lays his hands on your shoulders, and in an instant, you feel this wild, fresh energy enter your body. You can almost smell like fresh cut grass. You know, like the feeling of a sunrise and sunset on a beautiful day. And as that instant ends, you see Zanlin's body collapse on the floor, motionless.
Shout and wake everybody up.
I trigger 10 paces.
Okay.
Iska immediately goes feral. Again.
All right.
What are you yelling? Oh, what'd you do to him?
I didn't do anything. Can you help him?
She rushes over and like doesn't lay hands as in does the focus spell. She checks for a pulse.
Okay. As you touch his wrist, it crumbles.
Oh.
And his entire body just starts to like turn into just a perfectly bleached white ash. And Amity, you feel like something has changed within you. Like there's a new affinity within you that wasn't there before. You also, streaming into your mind, you can speak another language. You can comprehend Thessalonian now.
Cool.
Well, let the record show he was like this when I found him. And the Kit Kats just sort of back away,
No, this
and
is
like just kind of back out of the room.
This is a normal.
He said he was. He said he was going to give me something to protect the amulet. I didn't know he was.
No, this was going to happen. There is no reversing the bleaching. He
I'm sorry,
going
this
to-
is...
This is the natural conclusion of his depression.
This is gonna be you one day?
God's willing, no.
Almost
I'm far
fire
too
ran in the
exciting a
side.
person.
Not the time.
No, this is not the only way a gnome dies. This is merely the worst way a gnome dies. Stop stealing that one turtleneck. I need to keep that. Jesus Christ. There's like 500 things going in the background. I'm sorry, y'all. Back to the very important and silver matter at home. This is merely the worst way a gnome dies. So if I have any say in it, I will. Let me put it this way. One of the great things about having no memory is that all experiences are null. And if all experiences are null, I will never bleach, because I will never be bored. Bleaching is what happens when you stop learning, when you stop seeing new things, stop being excited. Shut up.
We should say for him, do for him.
Josh, do I have any like fucking? I mean, gnomish isn't a fucking religion. I don't know what.
It's-
gods
it's-
he follows.
It's a, I'm sure it's cultural tradition.
It's cultural.
Okay, so I guess Whisk is gonna. It's probably gonna look weirdly like. Stop stealing my soup. My sister is really ruining the gravity of this moment right now. If any of y'all, Jesus Christ, I haven't gotten very far into the last wall PDF Sean sent me, and by not very far I mean I've gotten 2 pages in. But the rites will definitely have been influenced by that, even if Iska's not aware of it. I'll tell you that right now. Whatever.
So very knightly looking.
It's definitely, I mean, it's gonna be practical.
I imagine considering that he like
the fucking.
So-
considering the crumbling into dust thing, there's got to be like some degree of like ash scattering going on, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's gonna involve a dustpan, a brush, and
Not even gonna find a piece of pottery to put him in.
Oh no, I mean,
well, no, you have to scatter them.
no, what she's probably gonna do is, listen, if a gnome dies of bleaching, I'm deciding this now, completely apropos of nothing and absolutely no real knowledge of Galarion. You don't leave him where he died, because that means that he just, you're letting him stagnate, right? You're letting him stay stagnant. If you cannot even if you cannot reverse bleaching, even if you cannot rescue them from the depression that killed them, you can at least scatter their ashes in a place that was new.
Nope.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take his ashes, I'm gonna put them in a container, I'm gonna put them in my backpack, and when we leave the Vale, I'm gonna scatter them somewhere he's never been.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So you, I'm gathering from what you said, you conduct some kind of ritual for the fallen for him, as well as gathering his ashes up and taking them with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do that. It's a somber occasion.
Give me 1 second, Al.
Sure.
No,
So this
sorry,
is
my
why he
sister.
asked any last questions.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, it was like, we're not going to see this character for a very long time, if not ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have anything in mind, but I was like, I just want to give him a chance to say anything in case they were like holding on to something.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god, he fucking dead.
I just didn't ask anything because I imagine the Kit Kats are just sort of quietly reckoning with this giant lore dump they have about what is for them their entire
doesn't
existence.
entirely understand it because he's for most of his life he's just been living in Arcadia.
So Turek would definitely know about Earthfall. Arcadia was literally next to the nation of Aslant, and Aslant is nothing but a bunch of islands now.
Well, this is like for the Kit Kats. This is sort of the Fallout equivalent of telling someone who lives in a vault that there is in fact a blue sky outside and land that goes just out there for hundreds and hundreds of miles. And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What's a blue sky or land?"
Guys, we have a minor feline emergency. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Oh, no.
Sure.
Cat crimes?
Or cat limes. Would you say the cat found a lime and is eating it and is making upset faces?
Yeah, so
He's
let's
been carrying around for a while a bunch of rubbings of Thessalonian inscriptions from the sarcophagi we found a long time ago.
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
the Kit Kats are still carrying like the actual like steely that we like just took with us.
Amity's
Yeah,
gonna
you
kind
can read
of
those.
withdraw into a corner and try to discreetly read things without making it obvious. She's a little creeped out.
Okay. Yeah, as you look at it, it is clear as day, just like your native language. And it says, "Here lies the great Roderick Elon, attended at his last service by court wizard Zanlin Berryhide." So let's give Noah like 5 minutes, and if they don't come back, we can just move on.
Sounds reasonable.
Oh damn no.
But yeah, I mean, anything you guys want to do, like just character wise, or ask questions about whatever, you can do now.
Oh, by the way, obviously no rush to implement them, but I did put some little updated tokens for Amity and the Kit Kats in the media assets channel.
Oh, really? Let me grab.
Yeah, because I've been meaning to get around to those because Kit Kats need their armor, and Amity asked me for an update to the token,
All right.
given some stuff. So I was working on those during the first part of the session.
Oh, nice. Everything all right?
Yeah, the cats got into a little fight. One of them may have gotten the other in the eye. My sister needed my help checking the eye out. The eye itself looks fine, but it does look irritated and watery. I don't think the actual eye got scratched, but she's not opening it entirely. Or like she's blinking a lot. It looks red and irritated and watery. She's a salty little bitch, so I couldn't really get a good look at her without getting scratched myself.
Yeah, you probably just want to take her to the
It does
vet.
look like he caught her in the fur over the eye and maybe one of the whiskers.
Oof.
So we're gonna keep we're gonna monitor it. If it looks worse, we're gonna call a vet.
Yeah, that
Could
sounds
be worse.
good. Sorry,
There's
just
already
have to-
one one-eyed cat in the family. We don't need two.
I'm gonna send it to you, okay? Sorry, just Disney Plus password
Anyways,
emergency. All right,
Disney
there we
Plus
go.
emergency.
Yes.
Alright.
All right.
I understand that emergency. I share my Crunchyroll account with maybe 3 or 4 different people. No one ever really asks me for the password anymore, but sometimes I'll log in and just see someone has watched a bunch of a series that I have absolutely no interest in. I'm like, did I do that? Like, who watched all of Bocchi the Rock?
Forgotten.
It wasn't me, or was it? The answer is no, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. The Shaggy response.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking of too. Okay. So, we're all back now. So, what is your guys' next move?
Well, try to finish up that night's rest and trek out in the morning. We
Yep.
got a tomb to investigate. We got a tomb to raid.
Alright.
Another
cabin.
tomb.
Before we leave in the morning, I want to search the cabin.
Okay. You search the cabin, and you definitely find some peculiar things in there. You find like a board where you see like hatch marks marked off over and over and over again, which seem to go on like nearly forever. And then there's like multiple boards where this seems to have happened. You find a journal where you page through it. So it just has notes from Zanlin's time. It basically describes the events that he told you just in further detail. He talks about when he created his first child and how it keep him sane, and just different things from his life, but nothing else super important. And you also find, let's say, a wand. But you're not sure what it does.
Ooh, a wand.
So you can.
It just looks like a well manicured stick to me, but I'll trust you on that one.
I'd like to take 10 minutes to try and figure out what it does. So I'm gonna roll you an Arcana check.
Yep. Okay. Do find out what it does. Now the question is for me to tell you what it does. Ooh, oh, these are strong.
Human Ghost noise, one I default to for a low level one.
Thank you. Ghost noise?
Teeming ghosts.
You mean
Wand of Teeming Ghosts, I believe.
The Wand of
thank
Teeming
you.
Ghosts.
It's a specialty one, so it's like it has a specific spell in it that has an extra.
Oh wait,
effect.
never mind. That's
yeah,
not...
that's level 6.
Wait, what?
Well-
you just do a magic level,
later.
like a generic first level spell of some kind.
Yeah, it is a wand. How about magic missile?
There you go.
I'll take it.
So
That's
you
an
can-
extra casting of first level magic missile every day.
I will attempt to find an item to reflect this.
You can just do like the item on the thing would just be magic wand first level spell, and you can just let Amity just go. Like note that it's what I usually do is I do that, note that it's like what spell it is, and then I just add that as like a bonus spell slot in my sheet manually. That's what I would usually do for that.
Let me put that in the party loot, and I will do that. You know, I saw that, and I was like, first level spell, what does that mean? Now
Yeah, it's just that's the generic catch-all item they use, because you can put any first level spell on it. It would be crazy to have a separate magic wand for every single
every
spell
spell.
at every single
No,
level,
yeah,
etc.
You need a bag of holding just for all your fucking wands.
Oh, did you yoink it already, or did I delete
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I'm a very quick yoinker.
Oh, okay. I was editing the item, put magic missile there, and it just disappeared. let me. I'm gonna edit it in your inventory then,
Okay.
just so we know what it is.
All right.
But yeah, you guys, while I'm doing this, you can talk about what you're doing.
So, seems our plan, at least from what I can reckon, we're going to head, and then points at the map, westish to where this tomb's supposed to be. Get us a key, and get one step closer to open the door out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
So
Bringing
in
up
place,
Obvious next step.
in place of the metal encased grenade I was using previously, I am now brewing up a noxious-looking green liquid bomb in a glass vial.
Snot or acid?
That's a blight bomb.
Snot.
Kit
or
Kat's just
acid?
looking at it like, oh, I hope you're not going to ask me to drink that. It looks pretty foul.
I'll drink it.
Do not.
I don't think you should drink it either, I'll be honest.
I don't think I should drink it either. That's why I want to drink it.
Okay.
What
So,
about me makes you think that I drink things that are meant to be consumed? I'm just basically turning in my cat. He only eats shit that isn't digestible.
Pings aren't working. That's annoying.
Gross.
But that's fine. So, do you guys want to travel to the west?
Yeah.
Journey of the
I will
West?
say, since we took the night's
there we
rest, can I make another will save?
Ah, yes. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, please make a will save.
Let's see if he can do it. Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
you can get rid of your enfeebled one.
Right.
Yay!
You're able to assert your control over these battling wills within you.
All right.
Is this just gonna be an ongoing thing? Is he now like chronically ill? Except it's like chronically possessed?
You don't know.
Only way to find out is if we have to roll another will save tomorrow.
I guess so.
Yep.
Might get worse, might get better. Who knows?
I'm very happy when DMs say DM things.
Yeah, and it's the only reason anyone DMs. It's because you want to be able to just say a combination of two words that scare the other 5 people at the table.
The,
You don't know.
the worst
I
is
certainly try.
are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The ultimate litmus test for an actual player of the game. Are you
All
sure
right,
you're going to do that?
So this is where it is. I'm pinging the map. You guys just heading towards it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. So
Found them out.
3 moves and the day is over, but yes, you can see in the distance a mountain, and you believe this is where the cave opening would be. So
Excellent.
yeah, you guys can go ahead. Are you guys at camp for the night?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said camp. Turk, roll a will save private.
Oh,
Yeah.
private GM roll.
Yep. Okay.
Nom, 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 nom.
Carnifex or Firebrand, roll a perception check.
Yep. Blind
Private.
GM roll. There you go. There's my perception.
Okay. So Firebrand, you like awaken, your eyes like snap open, and you just have this sense that something wrong is happening. And you look, and there's a figure rifling through your pack and taking out what looks to be rations.
I am going to 10 paces.
Okay.
And then,
It's dark. It's hard to see because you're human.
yeah. I'm going to, assuming we're moving to initiative, I would 10 paces and then discharge the
Okay.
gun at the figure.
Oh,
Roll the
God.
hit.
It's one way to wake us all up.
He's done that before.
It's not loaded. I will,
Jesus Christ.
D20
Gun safety at a
plus
time like
11.
this?
28.
York, what's your AC?
Not 28.
Is that a crit or a hit?
It's probably a crit.
It is a crit. My AC is 18.
Roll damage.
Oh dear.
That is exactly my maximum HP.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
no.
So
The figure falls down, now unmoving, and everyone wakes up with a loud crack of a gunshot.
I got him shite. Fuck.
This goes instantly feral. Okay. You gotta stop doing this to her. She's gonna
Did you
fucking-
yell
Okay.
first? Fuck, what'd you... Oh my god, is that turret?
Yeah, anyone of dark vision or
That's
low light
everybody,
vision.
except...
Yeah, you see
Everybody
Torek.
except Firebrand.
Firebrand.
The
Yes.
Kit Kats sprint over to do emergency lay on handsing here and
Okay.
get him back into shape.
I want y'all to
just-
know that to Iska this looks like betrayal, and that's a very bad thing. That is not that
So
is
go
not a
ahead
safe
and
place to
heal
be.
that Turek.
Thank you.
As the Kit Kats are just going, you shot Turek!
So Turek, you wake up with like this like horrible pain in your chest, with the hot blood like running over you, and even some blood coming out of your mouth. You really have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
He was digging through my pack. I can't
You
see in
shot
the dark.
him! Fuck,
What?
at least yell before you shoot someone, you stupid fuck! God almighty!
Kurt just like leans over,
What
just
you-
retches on the ground.
What?
Blood and rations.
Amelie's gonna go over with Kit Kat and stand over Turek, and I've got burning hands ready.
Iska's literally just interposed her entire tiny mass between Firebrand and Turek, and just like, what? Explain.
Dark, he was digging through my pack.
And you just shoot?
If I can't see and they're stealing from me, what do you, like, I can't see in the dark.
You shot at something you couldn't even tell what it was. Without thinking,
yelled,
well,
"Hey,
fuck's sake,
sir."
I'm with 5 other people here, right?
It did successfully wake everyone up versus,
And then you
yelling.
nearly killed
Yeah,
Turek.
and it nearly killed Turek. The hell is your problem?
So, Turek, you don't remember anything except you were standing watch, not anywhere close to where you are now, and then you just woke up bleeding on the ground, like
Whose
far
watch was
away
it?
from where you had been.
It was
How's
Turok's
that?
watch.
It was Turek's watch.
So, we wake up, it is Turek's watch. Somebody is rifling through your pack. You shoot.
And he is right next to Carnifex's pack. So,
And it was...
or
Turek, what
Firebrand.
were you doing? Actually. Is he conscious?
He's conscious.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
conscious.
he got laid on hands.
Turek,
What the fuck?
why are you looking through Firebrand's pack instead of watching?
I was looking through his pack.
Yes, that's
According-
exactly what I saw.
I was on watch. I dozed off for a second, and I woke up with a bullet hole in my stomach.
No, try not to move too much. I'll get you stitched back up. It'll take some time, though.
So this sounds like until Turek is unpossessed, perhaps you should not be on watch alone. And the current effects. Next time you cannot see what is going on, yell.
Time is not going to happen because from here on out, every night, I'm casting light on your fucking gun before you go to bed.
I was asleep.
It is an understandable reaction. However, Turek is
And
chronically possessed,
it was...
and it is clearly getting somewhat worse.
And it
Turok
was
is unsupervised since he is clearly not in control of his actions when he is asleep. And Carnifex should think before he acts. I realize that is a very hypocritical statement coming from me, but I've also never almost killed a friend before. So.
And listen, if I was... When you're being ambushed, you need to think quickly. I didn't have time to think through, turn on my Wayfinder, and then shoot.
No, it is...
Not saying you turn on your Wayfinder, you yell! Fuck, if I'd been Amateur or Noah, they might... Or, excuse me, breaking character for a second. If I'd been Amateur or Iska, they might have fucking just died outright.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yes, there is mistakes on... Well, it's not really Turok's fault, and I'll be real with you. I will be honest, if it is not... It's not really... It is a reasonable reaction to shoot first, especially since the last time we all woke up with a strange figure in camp rifling through our things or our people. It was very bad. It was absolutely an enemy. However, Turok was not mildly possessed by evil Winterman. And circumstances have changed. Nobody is dead, and we must be grateful for that, and it was a horrible mistake on both. Well, I don't know if it could be considered a mistake on Turok's part because he did not intend to get possessed or... Is the spirit hungry? Why? You have rations.
I want to point out that when I slightly cinched Turok in the height of battle, no one told me it was an understandable mistake. You were all very pissed off.
Yes.
I am not the one saying this is an understandable mistake either.
Vision, listen. It was not... Okay, if it's a mistake, it was understandable. It was also bad and should not happen again. I'm not forgiving him. I am not giving him leeway. And I did... Amanda, you should not... You are also fully conscious and not in fear and not acting on instinct. You had a little more time to think during that point.
It's about relitigating who did what. This isn't about relitigating who did what 2-3 days ago. This is about... Fuck, man. You've seen what that thing does to people. You've done it quite a lot.
You would be singing the praises of having woken everyone up if there was a bunch of fae over us.
All the fae that we...
All I'm saying is I'd rather you yell, because at this time, it weren't a fae, now were it?
It was not, and that I'm not saying that you should keep doing this. I'm saying
I don't...
You should not.
I will be careful in the future, and I will be discharging my gun if it's not Turok, or anyone rummaging through my pack, really.
Discharge your voice first, is all I ask. That thing's too bloody loud. Also, it kills people.
It does. Do not fire. Next time, do not discharge your gun into the target. You cannot see in the dark. You cannot see in the dark. You cannot trust your own eyes in the dark. So how do you know who it is? You could have killed Turok. Turok is possessed.
In the future, I will look. I did not know he was possessed. I did not expect him to be rummaging through, taking my rations.
We know he would be
shooting
fighting
first.
His own will against another. Of course, his will is weakest when he is asleep. He's not conscious to resist.
He wasn't asleep. He was on watch.
Yeah. And then he dozed off, yes? It's middle of night. Winterfell. It's cold. I don't know. The point is, this is a lesson we must learn. I mean, lesson
going
has
forward,
been learned, and hopefully it will not.
Going forward, he double taps his Wayfinder. I'll cast light before.
She's been like sitting cross-legged with her spellbook in front of her, and just reaches up and casts light on your gun. It shouldn't bother you when it's in its holster, but at least then we don't have to wait. If you feel like shooting things, you can see them first.
We've also... Yes. Just...
Alright, are you guys... Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah.
Just please think for a moment before you shoot.
Okay, are you guys ready to try to go back to sleep? And I guess Kid and Kat, you're going to stay up and heal Turok.
Also,
yeah, pretty much. Like, we could technically wait until daily prep, but also the Kit Kats would want to, like, just spend the time making sure that he's not going to bleed out in his sleep.
Sure.
Also, I do think that we should ensure that Turok is no longer. We should ensure that Turok is supervised since he is clearly struggling with the possession. And until such time as we can remove it entirely, we will need to. I don't know why the fucking Fae inside him wanted Firebrand's fucking rations. Turok has rations. Possibly better rations than Firebrand. I do not know. Not the point. The point is, clearly, something is wrong. We should keep him supervised to prevent possibly reverse actions on the Fae's part. Tonight it was harmless. Tomorrow it could be something else.
Okay. All right. So, with that, you guys all try to turn in after Turek is brought back up to full health, so you can heal yourself. And then you awaken after a very rough night. The tomb is before you. You go in?
Yep.
I think we should work out a way to keep Turek supervised at night. Or I guess.
Realistically, it's just we'd have to do longer watches and just
4 2-hour watches gives us 8 hours. That would mean we're spending 10 hours resting instead of just 8.
Yeah, which is fine. That hasn't the time that we have in a day has not been an issue so far or anything like that. So we can always just take Turek off of watch duty.
That
I
seems
have
like the
a
best
spell left
idea.
at the end of the day. I can always tie him up with animate rope.
Fair.
Well, that seems a bit humiliating, doesn't it? We can just keep an eye on him.
Okay,
Well, we
so
could also just tie him up without using a spell. I guess it's up to Turek.
Well, I can't say I imagine
I
anyone wants to go to
prefer
bed
getting-
being tied up.
I would prefer it, if only to prevent that happening again.
He is a point.
Well, whatever floats your boat. But if you get
So-
uncomfortable with it, just let me know.
Some people would be into it. I know, I work with them.
for both the Zanlin Berryhide roleplay section and that roleplay section, I'm giving you guys 200 EXP.
Yeah.
And
I
everybody
really
can have
want
a
to fucking
hero
know what the
point.
fucking evil winter spirit wanted with Firebrand's rations.
Oh.
I mean, it's entirely
Mystery.
possible. It's just that, my thinking is it's entirely possible. It just does not have an awareness of whose bag is whose. If it's a, new enough consciousness, right?
You
And
think
a
it's
gray
like a
one.
newborn instead of just a carryover from the old one?
Yeah, I mean, not saying this is Kit Kat's impersonation. This is the player impression. That's generally how that stuff works.
There we go.
As you,
I have to top
ahead.
off my gun, so
You have
least
to
we know
reload
it's
like
loaded.
8 times.
Yeah, after
You
shooting
and your
Turek.
fucking harmonica gun.
yeah,
Okay.
I have to reload every chamber.
Well, that's what happened. That's why it's a Chris. You accidentally just unloaded all of them at once.
No, that would be the equivalent of fanning the hammer.
Just world's worst misfire. Turek cut in half by bullets.
Yeah.
Like you just
Like a Dead
reinvented-
Space enemy.
You just did a whole ass Tommy gun on him.
That would
This
have
is
been
just another
incredibly.
Valentine's Day massacre in the middle of the night.
That would have been incredibly tragic if you guys were level 1 and you just instant killed him.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
did double his max
Oh,
HP
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
massive
I've taken
damage.
out level 1 Amity, instant kill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
have
the-
24
that's-
hit points. That might have just straight up killed Iska.
All right.
All right.
Anyway.
So, anyway, back to the game. So, as you go into the tomb, it's a opening in the mountain, and as you walk down, you can see that the entrance is obscured with overgrown plants, but there's a dim light inside, along with these pretty large double doors that are blocking off the tomb. As you get close to them, they seem to react with the marking on your shoulder, and the double doors swing open of their own accord.
Cool.
Inside of the tomb, it's very ornate and marble, and you can see in the distance there's 2 stone statues that seem to be guarding another large door.
Well,
I can't see shit.
I'm
I don't know
doing
what you're
the.
talking
So you can't see anything?
I'm doing
yeah,
the
I
detect
can't
about.
see
No, I
magic
can
anything.
see.
Oh,
I
no,
just
there it
can't
is,
see your
never mind.
statues. I was making a joke about. Well, never mind. Ignore me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know if you guys ever can't see anything. But anyway, if you move forward a little bit, I think the ordeal is just your
yep. The
visual.
game
We
is
can just
paused.
Oh, oops. There you go.
I'm.
Also,
I'm.
I will say
detect
I
magic at 30 feet.
Everyone
pre-
careful. I'm going. Everyone be careful.
No light source.
I'm going to be scouting.
I will also say I do appreciate that you swapped out the Marshal's aura for something less distracting.
That's okay. That's what Martial Aura looks like on Roll20 still.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I think it's positive. It was a little distracting constantly seeing people swirl with green auras.
So
They must have changed it. Go ahead.
I've been playing a lot of Dwarf Fortress, and so my instinct for like trying to scroll in and out is now to hit control. Anyways, did you guys know you can rotate your character piece?
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone else is rotating my character
Yeah.
piece. I didn't even
Oops,
do that.
that was me. I was testing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so I figured that one out because of Dwarf Fortress.
Very nice. So as you approach, the statues come to life.
Oh.
And they start speaking, almost finishing each other's sentences. They say, "Petitioners of the royal family of Elan, prove that thou art worthy of our Lord's final blessing."
In common?
Yes.
Okay, because it'd be very funny if they were just talking gibberish and only Amity
none
knew
of
it.
you but Amity.
We all just went. Yeah.
All right. Sounds like it's initiative time.
Oh shit.
Let's not make any assumptions about shooting things immediately.
It could be a riddle. It could be a
Yeah,
riddle.
they're not attacking.
They
So-
said prove yourself, so
Are
Yes.
you gonna shoot them? You can shoot them.
That's not. They
Any
could just
steps
be
in
asking us
front
for
of
our
our
reading. Do
defense?
not shoot. No, do not. Firebrand, stop.
Aha! Kit Kats have a new icon.
And calls out, How should we prove ourselves
I'll
to
listen to
you?
it.
You must pass 3 trials. First, the trial of knowledge. You must learn of the Elan royal line and answer 3 questions. The information you seek may be found around the tomb. When you feel you have learned enough, return.
Thank you for your answer.
They say
I do
nothing.
not trust that this place is not trapped.
Of course not.
So where do you guys go?
1 second. Got to get to my backpack inventory. Light.
It
I'm gonna
looks
cast
like
light. I'm gonna cast light on myself.
Okay. Yeah, you can see fine now.
All right. Well, let's go right first.
Me as well.
Right. So,
Alright.
moving down into this corridor, you see 2 sarcophagi. And they have inscriptions on them, but Firebrand, you cannot read them.
Thessalonian, probably.
You're not sure.
I'm gonna call Amity over as they
Can
trek
read it.
inside.
There we go.
Remember, if you have your token selected, you can just use the arrow keys.
I tried to do that. It wasn't letting
Okay.
me.
So, Amity, you do read it, and I'm gonna share the journal entry with you, but it says, "Here lies Torin Elan, great musician and patron of the arts. We will forever miss your song." And you don't have to write it down necessarily, because if you go into journals, I'm sharing them as you discover them.
Having a log.
What does the other one say?
Now you know that I can read it.
The other one does not have an inscription.
And their assistant. Well, let's go to the opposite side.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So this one has another inscription, once again the Thessalonian. And this one says, "Here lies Jorel Elon, the Scholar King, his wisdom and knowledge forever remembered."
Good to know.
Let's go west.
A nice change of pace to go to a tomb that isn't currently overrun with horrible undead beasties.
It is.
Currently.
Yep.
Alright, get Amity over here.
Sorry.
The Kit Kats are just kind of shuffling around nervously in their armor, just like sort of waiting for that to change.
Okay, so this one says, "Here lies Horus Elon, whose great monuments and structures shall always watch over the Vale of Elon and its people."
It says Torin.
Oh, yeah, I mixed two of them up. Don't worry about it. All the journal entries are open. All you need is the information.
God damn it, I did the fucking control scroll thing again.
This one says, "Here lies Iora Elon, the most beautiful, beloved daughter. She will be forever missed."
Wow.
And I'll show you
what
guys.
What does she do?
Good question. The next two.
I don't have a whole lot of understandings of royal families. It's distinctly possible she didn't do much of anything. It seems to be kind of the theme of the royal families thing, as I've read about.
I'm mostly mad that it's like the first female member.
So
and
the
it's
other
like,
two.
It's like architect, scholar, bard, girl.
Yeah, Saturn is aware
Yeah,
of
you've
that.
got
The Kit
another
Kats do not
female
have
coming up.
do not have genre savvy /
Yes.
critical social awareness.
Yeah,
Here lies Gorva Elon, wise and fair queen, whose treatise on law and morality guides us to this day.
The Nefertiti exception.
Assumes that anyone whose inscription mentions only that they are a daughter died young.
I suppose
That's also a fair guesstimate. I've seen a lot of those.
And the last one, here lies Rayvar Elon, warrior king, who united the chieftains under one banner by force of steel and spell.
Oh, don't they sound pleasant?
All right,
Hey,
so you go
Magus.
back to the statues.
Yep.
Yep.
Are you prepared?
I'd like to think so.
Gosh.
Speak the name of the conqueror.
That would be one
Revar.
Revar Elon.
Speak the name of the judge.
That would be
That would be Gorva.
Speak the name of the great builder.
Horus?
You have passed the first trial. The next trial is the trial of wisdom. We will ask you a question. You must answer and show your wisdom. You have overthrown the Valdries and returned the Vale of Elan to Golarion. Its people now liberated, but left in a strange world with new threats facing them from every direction. They look to you, their liberators, for guidance. What do you do now?
That's a very open-ended question.
So are we taking turns on this one, or are we having one of us speak for the group?
Should we huddle, come up with this solution together?
I believe so, yes.
Is there a time limit on this response?
She'll hope not.
They don't respond.
Ugh.
Well, Well, they say the better part of wisdom is conferring. So let's confer, shall we?
Nobody ever says that. That ain't gonna
I haven't thought about it that much, but the Vale is about 20 miles from my own homeland, and I have many connections among the nobility of Magnamar. I would probably start there, find them support and scholars at the university. They cannot rely only upon us.
I don't claim those same connections, but I kind of had the similar thinking that the best thing to do would be to try and branch out and make friends, to be blunt about it, I suppose.
My hope is still that we can establish... Oh, I'm sorry, Iska, you came in really quiet.
Sorry. I think the best thing to do is to first, this is a whole people. We do not want them to just become victims of another set of masters, but this time of the whole world. They will need allies to help maintain their independence as a nation.
Verisia is just a group of city-states anyway. The people here would be no different.
Well, hold on a minute. I think we're overthinking this a little bit. First off, these guys might have been put here before there was a problem with the Masters. Other thing, I don't really think they have any idea what's going on in the place that they're from, considering their whole historical viewpoint is several thousand years ago by the sounds of it. So I think, like, something vague would probably be fine.
So perhaps that we would establish the leadership of Bertie's family and of the rebels like Wyatt, and help them to make connections with those who can be trusted among today's Verisia.
Something like that. Probably don't have to be too specific. I doubt they know who Bertie or White are either, I'll be honest with you.
We should probably frame our response in the context of one of the nobles. We should probably say we're going to found the city in the image of the society wished for by Gorva Elon.
Yes, the answer that is probably is something to do with the family.
I think the heritage of the Elons is clearly much wider than simply Gorva's focus on law, but to respect that moving forward.
And morality.
It's a weird thought, but what happens if...
We shall follow the guidelines set in place by Iora Elon to have a fair and moral rule over the people.
That was Gorva.
Yeah, yours just pretty.
Gorva.
Yours the daughter that just died.
Yeah, dies. Yeah, we will follow the morality and laws set by Gorva Elon.
They stand motionless, and then they move on. The final trial is the trial of valor. And with that,
the part where we have to fight you.
Snap into motion, and it's time to roll initiative.
You can shoot.
Oh, reset my initiative. I don't get a 25. I already rolled on it at the start of the...
That's a pretty good roll.
Clear initiative. There we go.
Oh, of course I rolled poorly now.
Hey, I actually got a good initiative.
Oh, wait. Did I?
No, wait. Roll? Hang on, I was looking at Tureks. What's my initiative? Oh, it sucks.
There it goes. 25 again.
We're enemies. We beat one of them.
Nice,
We're all right.
nice. Okay. So, it still says card effects, but Firebrand, you're up first.
We're going to 10 paces.
All right.
I'm going to draw my firearm and start firing at Nebitrix over here.
Okay.
How do I get the fucking pop out? Oh, it says the combat hasn't started yet.
Oh, first thing I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to do a pistol twirl to attempt to feint against him.
Oh, Iska, can you roll your initiative? I think that's why it's...
Which is going to be perception versus...
Okay, maybe I'll get a better one.
Did it not?
Which is going to be...
Oh, I rolled perception.
Yeah, you can go over to the combat tracker and just... There you go.
I rolled perception, not initiative.
Okay,
there we go.
I got one better.
So I'm going to pistol twirl.
Mm-hmm.
So where I'm going to make a performance check against their perception DC. That probably fails.
No.
Against what DC?
Their perception DC. 10 plus perception.
Fail.
I'm going to shoot anyway.
Okay. Okay, that is a hit.
And then their third action is going to be Raconteur's Reload to create a diversion.
Oh yes, the statues, the emotionless enchanted statues. They're so distracting.
Amity's really wishing she'd rolled and she'd checked.
Oh.
Okay, so
The
you notice that you did take a chip out of it, but this thing does seem to have some kind of resistance to the damage you did.
If they're weak to bludgeoning, the bolts are both bludgeoning and piercing, whichever is worst for them.
It's hardness.
Okay, it's hardness. Damn.
They understand language.
They do understand
shit, they do.
language. All right, so did you do another? You did your deception, right?
Yeah.
Against their
that's
perception.
Yeah, that's for create a diversion.
Okay, it's secret though, right?
Oh shit.
No, I mean I'm just not going to tell you
Yeah.
if it succeeded or failed. That's all.
Yeah, it's a secret check. I forgot
Okay.
to toggle that for.
All right. Kit and Cat.
Yeah, I just was changing grip there because they would have come in here, one hand on sword, another on shield, so just doing that real quick. Kit Kats are going to bark at Turek. Turek, move up and form a line, she just says, and then moves forward 10 feet into a line with this one.
Yeah.
She is going to make a strike against it.
Okay.
After that miss, she is going to third action raise shield.
Okay.
Let me do
shield.
that real quick. How do I? There we go.
There you go.
And then intern.
All right, Turek.
All right. My first action.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Your first action is going to enter stance. Second action will be to form the line.
I will be faking out his first strike on the flurry of blows.
For third action,
Okay.
I am going to attempt to grapple the one in front of me.
Oh.
What?
Never mind then.
Yeah, I was going to fake out your flurry of blows so I can try to force you to crit.
I mean, that is an
Would that
attack
apply
roll,
to both or
technically.
just one?
That would only affect one, but the grapple is technically an attack roll.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's your third action, so either way, it's the last thing you're gonna do.
See, it's attack. It's right there in tags.
You get a +1 in your bonus on your attempt to grapple it.
So you're still faking out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
Carnifex
cool.
just rolled.
All right,
Why
roll.
am I Carnifex again?
It's probably because I put your token
a
down
circumstance +1.
earlier. Okay.
+21.
Okay.
So and they are
that's
grabbed
versus-
by me.
Yeah. AC. That's versus AC, right?
Yeah,
Grabs
athletic.
versus fortitude?
Fortitude? Okay. Still
I think it's
grabbed.
like passive fortitude, yeah.
Yeah, your fortitude DC.
Grabbed.
Yeah,
All right,
that is the
so
end of my
yeah.
turn.
You run up to this interflame stance and you just like get a hold of its stony form, and you're
Yeah.
kind of like almost in a wrestling match with it. It's struggling against you.
Yeah.
So now it is its turn,
Alright.
and it is going to just try to punch you first.
All right.
Let me make sure it applies its penalties for this.
Natural one.
Oh yeah, natural one.
Woof.
Okay. Whiff. Okay. Now it's going to try to punch one last time.
Whiff.
Oh,
Whiff, whiff. And yeah,
Impressive.
let's try to punch again. I was going to have it try to escape, and I'm like, oh, what's the point?
I mean, if it would have tried to escape, it would have had the multi-stack penalty still.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly. Iska.
so I'm gonna target the grappled one.
Oh, yeah.
A little, budding orders. Cast. Tick.
Hit.
Damage.
I like the new little damage
Yes.
type indicators these things have.
So it actually does not seem to be affected by it at all.
Fucking
not.
hate you, Josh.
It's not because it can't understand language. It's because you didn't get higher than its hardness value.
It's a fucking.
Hardness says it
hardness.
reduces all damage.
Even
Yeah, that tracks.
yeah, that is rough.
Josh,
It's the rules of the
why
game.
No,
do you hate me?
This isn't you homophobia. This is also going to be a problem for Turek and Kit Kat too.
This isn't you homophobia?
This is not homophobia against linguistic spellcasting.
Lingophobia?
Linguophobia? Yeah.
This is not homophobia. That is the
Look, I
weirdest
assume-
way you
I didn't
could
get it
phrase
either.
it.
I was like,
No, sorry. I just assume any bad D&D game decision is homophobia against me specifically. So
I appreciate that,
Oh, I
but Saturn,
see.
that is the most chronically online way you could have phrased it.
yeah, you are talking to me. Unfortunately, that is all you're going to get from me.
That's fair, that's fair. Anyways,
Um,
Josh, I am offended.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm offended by its hardness.
I'm offended by the fact that you just won't let me yell at one fucking enemy.
You are
and just
only
let it
one
happen.
damage away from doing that kind of damage to
That's
it.
not. Fuck you, I'm shielding.
All right,
Eventually, you'll get to the goblin before I do.
all
I
right,
can't yell at the
Amity.
goblins, they're your friends. I can't
Okay.
fucking yell at shit because
Alright.
Josh doesn't love me.
I want to do an Arcana check to try to figure out what kinds of weaknesses or whatever that these particular robots.
Okay, so you do recall knowledge.
Yes, please.
Roll. You are just not sure. You really have no idea.
Never studied robots. Yeah, no idea.
Robots.
Robots, and then maybe I'm not that pissed at you, Carnifex, because you're getting magic weapon.
Yay!
You
You
did
grab
extra
your fact-
damage.
On the fire starter, obviously.
We should get the
Nope.
dwarves to just give his guns permanently.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna stay back here behind the wall where things don't hit me.
There we go.
All right. And that's it, right?
Yep, that's my goal.
All right, Rebetrix's turn. So Rebetrix is going after you, Kid and Cat. First attack is a hit for 7 damage.
They are going to shield block that.
Okay.
They're going to spend their reaction to do that. So let me do that. So I take 2 damage to the thing's HP.
Okay.
Because it has a
You
hardness
can-
5.
All you have to do is hit the block button and then hit damage.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's right there. What? What's it? Oh, I see. Okay.
And then the damage.
Well, there's 2 rows of damage thing. 1 second. I guess I'll just do this.
The second
That-
one's specifically you, no matter who you have targeted. The first one is whatever you have targeted.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think we got it good. I think that works.
Okay. Yeah, so you were able to block most of its punch with the shield, though a little bit comes through. It attacks again. Misses horribly, and one last time, and also misses. Okay. Firebrand.
So
Good
Nebitrix,
first turn.
Nebitrix is already flat-footed, so the good thing is I don't need to fake out it. Or pistol twirl.
Oh,
So
you succeeded with your deception
deception.
check,
But
so
it doesn't matter because it's
doesn't matter.
grappled.
Yeah.
I will shoot Nebitrix.
Crit, and its armor's gone.
Oh, good.
Hell yeah.
Now can I yell at it?
Well, if
You
it's
can certainly
alive.
try.
Oh, 11 damage. Hold on. Can I use hero points to reroll damage rolls? I think it's only
I don't
D20.
think so.
It's just
I-
D20s.
Yeah, fortune's only for D20s.
Yeah, bad roll, but still, you broke its armor, so you could see, like, as you hit it, it's something in its structural integrity has just completely failed, and you knock like a big chunk of it off.
All right, they're going to. I'm just going to click Recon Tears Reload, and then they're going to make a map -5 strike at him. Critting again.
Good God.
Bam.
Ba-boom.
You're
It also
welcome.
reduces its AC when you break its armor.
Now look at that damage roll.
Okay,
Bada-
so
bada boom.
you just the bullet slams into it, and it just like it doesn't crumble, but the lights kind of go out of its eyes, and it just like nods its head over.
And
So
then he
it
does.
is-
And then for their final action, they do the fan the hammer thing, where they pull the hammer back and then fires a second shot at it.
It's effectively dead, so it's out of the fight. So you can shoot at the other one if you want.
Oh no, that was I had to spend the action to change the barrel or reload. So
This
Oh,
card effects was just the firebrand was just describing how that happened in like the moment.
Gotcha. Oh, I see. Nice. I thought you were making another shot.
oh no, they're out of the combat. Anyway, that's my
Okay.
turn. That's 3 action. That's shoot, reload, shoot.
All right, nice. Kid and cat.
Wonderful. The kit and cat's feeling very encouraged by this turn of events, and seeing that one after 2 gunshots just go down immediately. They're going to try and take care of the one that's directly in front of them by hitting it with swords.
They're going to
Missing
fake out.
horribly. That's not going to matter.
Hold on,
for that.
hold on. I just need to check. About to use an action. So yeah, my reaction would be used. So it would have been on the first strike. So it's very sad.
That's okay. We're
I
going
was
to
just
make
making-
a second attempt at a strike. That one is at least a hit.
That is a hit.
At least one of us can hit things.
And
I've
not
already hit things.
Well,
Um,
you don't count. You
Yeah,
always hit.
the strike does go through, and you take like a bit of it off, but it does seem like you didn't hurt it as much as you should have.
Yeah, exactly. So her third action is she's going to take a 5-foot step back. And that's her turn.
All right.
Okay, work.
Punch it.
All
Punch
right.
him. Punch him.
Punch it.
Would my punches work on it?
Yes.
No, let's find out.
You
Can we
just,
punch
you
the
just, you
concrete
just,
walls?
you just need to do damage to it to break the armor.
All right.
Crumble his shell.
Turk is going to will just do a flurry of blows on this thing. So
Nice.
that crits. Perfect.
Shattering the armor.
Yep.
Just a layer of fucking stone.
Roll your damage.
Hey, damage.
No,
Okay.
no crit spec though.
So,
Yeah.
how do you do this? The one hit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just take his head off.
This is. I feel like Turk is just going to. Even though I'm not going to be taking this boldly. I just flavor it. Turk just steps up and just like 1-inch punches it.
Yeah, I was literally just
Alright.
typing that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you do a 1-inch punch, and the kind of shock waves from the impact just reverberate through it, and all these cracks appear in it, and once again, its eyes just go out, and its head lolls over, and you guys are victorious. So,
Turk then kind of like waves his hand around. Like,
Oh, wait, they're both
Thanks.
dead? God damn it.
it's kind of waves.
sorry,
his
I
hand
wanted
back
you to get another
with
chance.
the expression of. Because he
I
just
have-
punched something made of stone.
Well, simple is as simple does.
I have
Okay.
approximately 50 more seconds of biting. You level up.
Yes, you guys have got 80 experience for that, and you level up.
Oh,
We'll
shit.
presumably factor that in next time we rest, as is a
Yeah.
tradition.
I didn't pick out any spells yet. That was really fast.
Oh, you have time.
It's been 3
No.
sessions. 3 sessions per level's about average.
I have the approximate time tracking ability of a dead ferret.
Well,
Oh.
at least again, you're not in a rush because we are not actually taking this level up until we take
Yeah.
a break, as it were. So you have time
Listen,
to figure it
It's
out.
been like 2 months and I still haven't read the fucking Knights of Lastwall thing, alright? I got a page and a half in today and then I fell asleep.
So
not
It's an interesting book.
It is! But I'm having a
Anyway.
good time.
The defeated statues both raise their heads up, and they say, "You have passed the trials. You may have an audience with his lordship, Toma Elan. But I warn you, it has been long since anyone has entered these chambers, and the lamentations of our lord have taken on a physical form.
He's all bleached too, then, huh?
And with that, the statues just deactivate.
Well, we don't know that he's also a gnome. He might be like a different kind of guy. Maybe he's just got like ghosts or something. Or what in the hell is that?
I don't know. I can't see.
And so you enter the room.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just see the door, like the door's just open, and the Kit Kats just see whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, hey, it's
Oh.
my shower drain.
Hey, it's
So,
my
Oh, no.
sleep paralysis demon.
It's
as you
up
enter
here.
the room,
Oh no! It's the beast.
there
From-
is from Lost.
Yeah, it's the beast from over the garden wall.
So as you
No,
enter
that's
the
definitely
room,
my shower drain.
there's a feeling of intense dread and regret that
Oh.
instantly rolls over you.
Oh, so Iska doesn't feel any different then.
Right, you feel exactly the same.
I'm like, why does
So-
everybody look so sad? Is this not normal?
Inside, you do see what looks to be like a large swirling shadow, and the feeling is almost emanating from this thing. It looks at you with immediate hostile intent. So, roll initiative once
Oh.
again.
Hold on. I would have
Well,
been
that thing
taking
seems
point, and the Kit Kats walked right on top of me.
It's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, hostile intent? Has it been less than a
Sure.
minute since the last
Rip.
combat?
I mean, you guys immediately open the door, so
Hey,
yeah.
can this one comprehend language?
I mean, you're not sure.
One
It
way to
fucking
find
better
out.
be able to.
It's been a short enough time since the last combat that one thing you were probably still on for a couple rounds at least.
It is. It is. I got 2 more rounds of this shit.
All right, yeah. So you still have your biting words.
I do.
Oh dear. They won initiative.
Lamentation of Elon.
That should mean that you still have a couple rounds of magic weapon.
I do, that's why I left it on.
Yes. So, the shadowy figure snakes its way forward,
Oh shit! I'm on second line.
and it manifests a staff of like just shadow substance in its hands. And
Oh,
it lashes out right at its first target, Firebrand.
See, a stick like that. I need a stick like that.
Leave your poop.
Yeah.
that's a.
It slams into you. Is there anything anybody wants to do?
I don't
guess not,
get
you haven't,
reactions
yeah.
until my turn
You
comes
can't.
up, so.
Yeah, one initiative. 16 damage.
Oh,
on
no,
contact?
I already did the damage to myself.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what the heck? Sorry. Forgot about that.
Oh, is that why he was dying?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, it's going to try to.
You'll want to remove Firebrand back to his place in the initiative,
Yeah.
by the way, because he got automatically
yeah,
shunted up
sorry.
above the ghost.
The hairball.
Where were you? Here? Under it?
It was... Initiative was 16, so I was below Iska.
Okay. And I need you to roll 4-2 save.
Shit.
Okay. You feel like the shadows were trying to almost grab onto you, but you're able to shake them off.
Okay.
And for its last action, it's going to try to grab. Which is at -1.
Oops.
Map minus 5. Unless
Well,
it,
yeah,
I don't know how
you know
the
what I mean.
GM side of it is.
I just mean one map. It tries to
It's a
reach out and
sick
grab you,
animation.
but it's
What the
unable
fuck?
to find purchase. And Firebrand, it's your turn.
I was actually at 15, so I'm below Iska. And,
Oh, you're below
in between
Iska?
Iska and Kit Kat.
All right, that means it is Amity's turn.
Amity's gonna cast command. Actually, no. Amity's gonna recall knowledge.
Okay. What type of knowledge are you looking for? Anything
Occultism.
specific? Occultism? Okay, roll. You unfortunately don't know anything. By the way, on both of those recall knowledge rolls, you rolled a 2. Both of them.
Every time it's a blind roll, I roll crap.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Okay, go ahead.
Now I'll cast command.
Okay.
So he's got a will save.
Okay.
Please fail.
Oh.
The
Succeeds.
other one. Okay. That's my turn.
All right. Iska.
Guess what I'm gonna do?
Oh, here we go.
Can I angrily talk at it?
I hope you roll well.
Oh, I hope he rolls well. No, I don't.
That is a hit.
Yay! And he comprehends language, right?
He does. Okay. So your biting words do seem to do some damage to it, but a little bit
make him
less than you
feel
would
bad.
expect.
I made him feel bad.
You did.
And I'm
All
That was
that
one
matters.
action. You got 2 actions now.
Oh, right. I'm not gonna cast shield. And then ooh, so I could either do a purifying icicle or I could do a warp step.
Purifying Icicle would take a map -5 because it's 2 spell attacks.
Okay. Warp step. Yeet myself further into the room, I guess.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Is this a good idea? No. I've never had a good idea once in my life, and I'm not about to start now.
Terrible idea.
Oh, for sure.
All right. And that's your turn, right?
Yeah.
You can strike twice. You can move further than that if you want.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think
Okay, you
don't-
can move yourself.
I wouldn't
Um,
get 30 feet away from the boss, so you can still
this-
cast
th-
on it, though.
This should be Firebrand's turn, by the way. He got moved below me now, even though he should be above me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought.
Sorry, I'm between Iska and Kaz, but I said the second time.
Sorry. Okay.
There you go.
Misunderstood.
All right. I'm actually going to delay till after Kit Kats because I'm. I had a.
Jesus Christ, Sean.
Hold on, I'm actually at 10 HP because that chunk hurt a lot.
Yeah. Kit Kat.
Oh,
well,
can you move me back?
Where'd
Sean!
you go?
I was to the right of Turok.
Okay, hold on. Where are you?
I'm on top
On
of
top
Turok
of
right
Turok.
now.
Oh, you're on top of Turek. Hold on. There.
You absolute mess.
All right. Wonderful.
And I was 1 step ahead
Okay.
because it's
Okay. Yeah, he hit you. That's right.
Okay, we're good. We did it. So the Kit Kats are going to rush forward next to her injured friend. She is going to lay on hands. As such, you heal that much HP. That's her second action. And her third action is she's going to attempt to hit this thing with a sword because, hey, why not? That works on ghosts, right? Or whatever this thing is. And she misses, so that's her turn.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I didn't get a chance to say I'm faking out, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
But how much would it have added?
It depends. It
You
depends.
You wouldn't have gotten your reaction anyway
Oh,
because you
yeah,
don't move
you
till
haven't.
after me.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
that's fair.
delayed. I don't know how that works. Anyway, it's your turn.
I'm going to, it's not. I'm going to attempt a fake out, not fake out, a pistol twirl.
Okay.
I'm going to make a performance check against its perception DC.
Wish sepulchral mask at a more than a 5-foot range.
That probably succeeds.
Perception DC.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
10
I
plus
have to find this on
perception.
that. Oh, yeah, that succeeds.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to shoot them flat-footed.
Okay. Let me flat-footed him. There you go.
Bam!
I hit.
Oh damn! 28 flat-footed against flat-footed didn't crit. I see.
You're one off.
All right,
Okay.
12 damage.
12 damage. It is reduced a bit, but that it seems like a good amount of it went through, and you can see the shadows kind of like fading off of it a bit.
Oh, and I'm going to. I meant to do this, but I meant to actually 10 paces backwards for a step.
Wise decision.
And then the third action would actually be Raconte. I got that out of order. I was going to do the free action 10-foot step backwards. and then shoot, and then reload. Because I
That's
get the
fine.
free step at the start of combat, so
It doesn't have a reaction, so it's fine.
that's my turn.
All right, Turek.
I am going, well, first action, of course. Enter the stance. Second action, I should have... Yeah, I'm going to get around... I'm going to move around to this side so I can get flanking. Oh,
Okay.
If you're gonna, well, I don't know if it matters what your movement is, because if you're gonna move directly through him like that, you have to do tumble through. But if you
Yeah,
have the
I
movement to
have-
get around him,
He
then
has
that's fine.
enough movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I have 30 feet with the stance, so I should be good.
All right.
And then...
Now he's flanked.
You know what? Since he's flanked, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I want to do a key strike.
Mm.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, I have cast key strike.
I get second
And-
level spell.
I'm gonna try positive damage this time, and then I'm going to take my 2 strikes at this guy.
Okay.
1 hits, damage. Second attack also hits
All right. Oof.
and
And-
damage.
Don't forget your stunning fest.
Yeah, and he would also have to make a fortitude save against my class DC.
That is a lot of damage.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it-
he stunned
Fail
one.
6 of that.
yeah. DC 19 fortitude save or be stunned under 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
he
makes sense.
resisted. All right, so he
There's-
takes another. So yeah, as you hit him twice with your positively charged strikes, the positive energy just seems to kind of rip through the shadow, and
Hell
the armor that he had previously seems to fade away, and you can see more of his solid form now.
Ooh, hell yeah. That's the end of my turn, and now it is up.
All right, its turn. Now the first thing it does is it kind of twirls around and it blends in to the shadows around it, becoming concealed.
Oh, fuck.
The second thing it does is Turek, who just like really wailed on it, it takes its staff, twirls it around, and tries to slam it into Turek. Critical hit.
I am using this, obviously. I have to choose whether he does no damage or whatever. But I imagine he's going to choose to do damage. Considering.
Wait, hold on. That may not be a critical hit because it attacked. What's your AC?
It should be 19, right?
Not a crit. Not a crit. Normal hit.
Yeah, we only get... Thank you, level 1.
So I'm going to do half to you. It's because I had him and you targeted, and he critted himself.
How do you have 2 people... How do you have both of us targeted for 1 target?
Control
GM,
click.
Yeah.
You can control click and select multiple tokens. That's what I actually
Okay.
have to do for my summoner.
Still, because he is doing damage, I am going to inflict him with Enfeebled 2, and Turek,
All right.
you get 4 of that damage back.
Alright.
All right, so you can feel Kid and Cat's glimpse of redemption kind of
Thank you.
protecting you from some of the damage. He has 1 action left, though, and he is going to try for another strike,
Which ones?
which you're able to easily step out of the way of. And
Hell yeah.
Amity's turn.
Free
Schmandy.
action, drain bonded item, and get command back.
Okay.
Then first action, I'm gonna cast Charming Words.
Okay. Will
Um,
save.
And I'm going to tell him, we're here because you called us here.
Okay, so he failed. Let me see.
Now, it's incapacitation, so it's 1 level up, right?
So that's a success.
So he has a -1 circumstance penalty to attack and damage against me.
Okay.
Which is what it is.
So, yeah,
It's worth
he
it.
seems a little bit affected by the words you said.
And then I'm going to cast command again.
Okay. Alright, and this is... I'm going to have to keep in mind that he's got a -1 to this. So that is a normal failure, which would be a success.
Yes.
Is this if this one is not
Command
an
does not
in-cap,
incapacitate.
so this shouldn't have that. That would just still be a normal failure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not in cap. Okay.
Yeah, Charming Words is in-cap, which is why it gets the penalty, but this one is not.
Okay. You can see it like stare at you, just kind of expecting a command.
What was the command?
The command is drop the staff.
Okay.
Okay.
He does that on the first action of his turn.
On his turn, yes.
Yeah.
So you can tell him the command then.
Yeah.
Well, the command happens on cast because that's actually the verbal component for the spell.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so his first time he has a chance to actually respond to the command, he does it.
Yeah.
All right, and that's your turn, right?
Will do me.
All right. Iska.
I remembered I have reach spell. However, now is not the time to be dithering about.
Isn't that 30 feet?
Yeah. No,
Yeah, your range is 30 feet.
Yeah, but I also have 2 more casts of first level spells, so.
Hey, that worked. You succeeded the flat check to target it.
Yep. Yeah, it's automated.
That's nice. That's less so, but
yeah,
you can spend a hero
unfortunately.
point.
Yeah,
Hero
I'm gonna
point?
do that.
Yeah, you got 2.
Right click,
do?
reroll with hero point.
yeah.
I gave everybody a hero point for the role playing.
Oh.
And then also, every time we start a session, you begin with 1 hero point, no matter
There
what.
you go.
Natural
Much
20.
better.
Hell yeah.
Hi.
All right. How do you want to do this?
And the positive damage in there too. Fun.
I want like the icicle to like hit him right through the back, and then like for it to like spread out, freeze, and shatter him into chunks.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that happens, and the positive energy also, like as he's shattering the chunks, you can see the shadowy motes like just fading into light. And there's just no trace of this shadow left, just a few icicles stuck to the wall.
Ooh,
I did it!
Kurt, you've lit him up good.
Yes, I did.
Unfortunately, I rather thought we were here to talk to him.
No, he clearly didn't want to talk, so.
That
Well, there is
like
a sarcophagus in front of you.
That seemed like some kind of ghost or spookum to me. I think it's probably fine.
Hey, let's check the staff.
Okay, is the staff still there?
No, there's no staff. It was formed of shadow. It was formed of his own essence.
Perhaps there's a staff in the sarcophagus.
Well,
I don't know why we fixed
fixing.
it. We were just
Me
told it was
neither.
an artifact, not that it was a staff, so.
No, Josh did say it was a staff.
Oh.
Alright, hand Turok the pry bar, or
Right.
the Kit Kats.
I said it was the royal signet, I thought.
No,
The
you said
shadow
you
demon.
described him like willing a staff
Oh,
into
yeah.
existence.
No.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
item
the
that
shadow
we need for
demon
the-
did.
Alright,
No,
I
the
hand...
item-
We're talking about different things. Amity wanted the cool
yes.
shadow staff.
Yeah, I'm talking about the item we need to
Yeah.
bring out the veil.
They're a wizard, of course they want the staff.
Not necessarily that staff, just
They
a
require
staff.
the dust stick.
Kit Kats will take responsibility of the crowbar this time, I suppose, since I usually leave it to.
Muscle
Turok.
man.
Crowbar's getting a lot of use, huh?
Well, if you
It
keep
comes
putting
with-
us in front
it
of dead bodies.
It comes with
I-
most adventurers kits, so...
I actually because the sword that she got is from. Oh, I don't own a vision with a token of vision
Yeah.
this scene. That's fun.
Oh,
I
Um,
can't see anything.
I'll fix that.
because her sword's the one from she got from Arno, her gravekeeper friend. I do draw it with just a crowbar tip because it's for prying open coffins.
That's funny.
The blade part's for cutting off people's heads, but you don't use the tip part for anything.
You go ahead and you pry open the sarcophagus, and inside, surprisingly, you do see what looks to be a figure in there.
Oh, hey, that looks familiar.
But you see his chest slowly rising up and down.
Jeez. Oh no!
Really?
He looks at you with his white eyes, and he tries to move his mouth, but no words come out. So instead, you start to hear a voice entering your heads.
Oh, fuck.
And the voice communicates to you. I am Toma Elon, 24th and final king of the Elon line. I applaud you for having made it here. Many times I have called adventurers that seemed like they may be worthy, but none have made it. I guess you're probably wondering why I have called you here.
Well, the gist of it, as far as we can tell, is that a bunch of your nobles got uppity, took everything over, and now we have to do something about it so everyone else they've stolen away here can get back home to wherever they're from.
Well, that sums it up in a certain way of speaking.
Aye, thank you.
Long story short, the rich people ruin everything. Viva la revolution.
I don't think he said that, but I appreciate the ideas you're talking about here.
I know it's correct, especially in regards to the revolution. And the rich people.
Master Barryhide told us some of the history of this land. But, my lord, anything you can tell us so we can aid your people would be helpful.
Well, long ago, when the Valdries overthrew my reign, I took the only key that could break the ley lines connections into the castle and render their enchantment without power with me. And it is here. And you see his eyes slowly try to move downwards to a string with a pendant he has wrapped around him. I no longer have the strength to move, but please take it. And at the end of the pendant is the pendant is a crown that looks very similar to the mark that you all have.
How many steps back away from it? I already have one cursed object around my neck.
The Kit Kats, having opened the coffin, will kind of step forward and delicately remove it from his neck.
Okay. You delicately remove it. And as you do, like, some of his skin, unfortunately, comes off with it having been laid there for so long. He says, "Thank you. Please, free my people. Return the veil to Galarian. The enchantments that have kept me alive in this place for so long, clinging to life, are fading, as my purpose is complete. I implore you to succeed." And with that, his body just stops moving altogether, and you don't hear anything else.
Well, the Kit Kats, after kind of brushing some of the skin off of the necklace thing, will go reach over and close his eyes and try and slide the top of the casket back on.
Turk will give you a hand in that.
Okay.
Anything else in the coffin before?
Nope.
You gotta loot him?
He was a rich king. He's wearing at least a
Hey, he
crown.
Yeah,
Cats
you
will
can
will
take the
refrain
crown.
from saying anything as they go to begin putting that back on, but will courteously leave you enough time to pilfer him.
Okay. Yeah, you can take the crown. You can just mark like ornate crown as an item in your inventory, and then when you get to a town, you can try to sell it. And just tell me you're selling it. I'll tell you how much you can get. Other than that, there are some like miscellaneous pieces of jewelry and such on him.
Why
And
add a
just to
custom-
make. Sorry, what's that?
Sorry, I'm trying to add a custom item to treasure. There it is.
So I'm gonna pop a detect magic. So I don't care about the jewelry so much. Has he any tools or implements or?
So detect magic on him. Yeah, you do detect a magic ring around his finger.
If you tell him, Firebrand will grab it.
Yeah, I pointed out.
Okay. The Firebrand goes for the ring.
Okay. The ring comes easily off his finger.
I can identify that later.
Yeah, you can just put magic ring in your inventory.
I'm actually just putting it on the loot sheet, so I don't like I have a habit of
Okay,
like
fine.
putting things on my character sheet and totally forgetting about it.
And yeah, the miscellaneous jewelry and things you found on him, you'll be able to sell for 30 gold. So I'm just putting that right on the party sheet.
All right, there we go. I have crown pilfered from King's Tomb and magic ring pilfered from King's Tomb on the sheet now.
I have also added King's special plot necklace, just so we know that we have it.
MacGuffin. All right. Anything else you guys want to do while you're here?
Hey,
I think when I sent Josh my backstory with the amulet, I just called it a MacGuffin.
That's correct.
Amity has been given a MacGuffin. Tell me more.
Well, it's turned out to be a MacGuffin in the story, at least.
Nothing wrong with MacGuffins.
And here I am, just having a gun. Has gun.
A man with a-
You named them.
a man with a gun and a teenager who's in a teenager in a luchador mask.
So I want to examine
This
the rest
party
of
is
the
turning
room.
into an anime.
Okay.
Look for inscriptions or.
Considering the shape of our like level 1 adventuring, the gun was also kind of a MacGuffin for a little bit there.
Hey, the first
That is
adventure,
true.
yeah. So you search the room, and you do find there's several inscriptions here. They're all kind of just like dedications to different monarchs in the Elon line. There's nothing of particular like significance that you find here.
Anything else with the detect magic?
No, you don't detect anything else. So who has the amulet?
Cats.
The Kit
Okay.
Kat.
They have probably slid it around their collective necks, such as they are able to.
Is it long enough to do that?
I mean, she has a thick neck, but not like two separate necks. Her situation's kind of unpleasant up there, which is why she usually wears the scarf over it.
That's kind of sad.
I mean, you know.
Okay. So are you guys ready to head out of here? Is there anything else you want to do
Yeah,
while you're here?
there's nothing.
Make sure we're healed, and I can identify that ring, and then we'll head out.
Alright.
Yeah, if you use your focus spell, you can actually identify the item as part of your refocusing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I need to.
Yeah.
You do identify the ring.
I also
I'm
need
gonna
to
tell you what it
refocus.
is later, though, just so I can pick a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as you leave the tomb, Kid and Cat, you sense something that you didn't sense before, being outside. You can actually like sense the presence of like a vein of magical force. It almost feels like traveling through part of the land. You know that there's 3 of them you can sense, and they're all kind of in the direction of the east.
I'm sensing some kind of, I don't know, like, and she does a kind of gesture with her hands for a second. Some kind of magic shite is my best guess over east. I'm guessing the has to do with this, and she says, and fiddles with the amulet that's kind of like wrapped kind of around her scarf almost, like just kind of nestled beneath like an armor plate a little bit. So I guess we can. The things that we're looking for are going to be there, and the amulet's going to help us find them.
Yeah, if you look at the map and you kind of scroll to the right, you can probably see them.
Oh yeah.
One where we left
Also
Birdie,
right.
one for the north, and one down south.
I can't actually see what y'all are looking at all.
Oh,
I
if
see.
you zoom
I see
out,
the
zoom
lines. I
back.
see the lines. I see the lines.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm like, are we looking for points or yeah?
I think we
If-
probably head this direction first.
If Mr. Berryhide's information is correct, there should be these might be the rest of the magical things that we need to get out of here. Break the seal on the masters. Yes.
That seems likely. It looks. I think one of them, and she like kind of like squints a bit, like she's having a bit of a migraine or something. She's, I think one of them might be over where all the cobbies were. I didn't know about the other 2 though. They're like, and then she like kind of gestures up and towards the bottom of what we have marked on our maps. Like they're kind of out there a ways.
Closer than the others.
The one up north is probably closest, if I had to guess.
That's my guess. If we start up north, we can actually work clockwise if it's where we left Birdie.
And avoid the masters as long as we can. Well, actually, let's quit calling them the masters. The Vaudrys.
Vaudrys, aye. I prefer not giving them any distinctions. They don't warrant. Though we'll have to be careful. I feel there's good odds that if they're sending people the second we get weird psychic visions or whatever to come try and kill us all, they're probably going to find out about this whole thing sooner rather than later.
Especially once we destroy one of the ley line connections.
Aye, we'll have to beat feet, as I so like to say.
Well,
Thought I had.
So you wanna go ahead?
I'm not most magically astute, but I had a weird thought. If these ley lines are part of what's keeping the veil, and not just a part of Galarian, what happens to the veil, and more importantly, what happens to the place?
Are you talking in character or out of character? Because actually,
I'm talking in character.
Okay, because out of character, I actually have an answer on what happens when you collapse a demiplane that was formerly part of the material plane.
Yeah,
Amity might know that answer.
Yeah, the question.
Oh yeah, no, because it was literally Zin Idrisul. It appeared in the capital New Thassalon to the north of Varissia now.
Yeah.
So Amity would have heard about that. So Sean's going to tell you what Amity says.
Yeah.
Okay, so
happens. No.
So
can I finish Turk's question?
Oh yeah.
What happens to the veil when it hail, and what also, and if it comes back to Galarian, what happens to the place where the veil ends up? Because it has to be in a place.
So the way, okay, I'm going to answer this because I actually know in character. I know out of character. Amity will know in character because that was big news in Varissia when it happened.
Right.
So the Thessalonian city that most closely resembles this, Zin Idrisul, that I actually brought up in chat earlier. Basically, what had happened is when they removed themselves from the timeline, that entire space was actually filled in by the rest of the material plane. The material plane shrank. When it came back, it didn't just plop itself on top of what was previously there. It stretched the space out and placed itself there.
Okay, so it's a reverse Zahando situation.
Kind of.
A lot of planar distortion, some very fucked up maps for a few generations.
Dick. Yeah.
I actually don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to fuck up all that much, considering how small this demiplane is.
So, and we're sure it's not going to like drop the veil on top of some existing.
No,
towns.
because when you create a demiplane out of material from the material plane, the material plane literally shrinks and responds. You're not like.
I'm just asking this in character.
In character, Amity goes off into a very crunchy explanation of physics and things occupying the same place, and matter and energy and the relationship between them. And
there's a very
it's like cutting a patch out of a blanket, a piece out of a blanket, and then sewing the blanket back up, and then you unstitch it and sew the piece back in.
But yeah, the appearance of Zen Idrisil was huge news in Varissia when it happened during Return of the Rune Lords.
Also, out of character, it would appear the cat's eye is bruised. She basically has a black
poor
eye.
thing.
Poor baby.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as he didn't damage the eyeball.
The eyeball
Give them an
appears
eye
fine.
patch.
It seems tender, bruised, watery. We're gonna keep monitoring.
Give them an eye patch.
We're not giving the cat an eye patch. She won't even let us touch her right now.
Cat just goes, "This explanation's making me head hurt," and then Kit chimes in, "Aye."
I think this is a good spot to end it. It's like almost 10 o'clock, and I'm really tired. I started to lose steam at the end.
Yeah. And plus, now we can all, before we all go to bed, or if we want to do that before we go to bed, I know I am, we can set our levels to level 3.
I'm going to
if you want
sleep
to leave
now.
it up for a little bit so we can.
I am not sticking around.
No, you go to sleep.
Go to sleep. You can level up whenever you want. I'll leave it up.
Sleep.
And I have to go to just to talk something over. But yeah, I hope you all had fun. I had fun, and I'll talk to you later.
All right,
catch you later. Bye-bye.
Yep.
So,
and thanks again.
Sure.
My character is.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going the fuck to sleep because I woke up tired and I stayed tired all day. Roll 20, y'all. Oh shit.